Hi, this is Zorn from Narrative Declaration, and this is our tabletop RPG Kingmaker campaign. We're playing the Pathfinder 2nd Edition version, and we're very excited to showcase a hilarious adventure in which a wacky group tries to form their own kingdom. This episode is free on YouTube, but if you want to watch or listen to the rest, you can find them on our Patreon at patreon.com/narrative declaration in the Travelers tier. There, you can also grab the character sheets, watch player interviews, and more. If this changes, we'll let you know on our Discord and in the description of the video. Thank you for supporting us here at Narrative Declaration. And now I would like to introduce the players.
Hello. My name's Maticus. You can call me Maddie. I'm going to be playing Vinky Littlespark. He's a halfling Ayuvaran wizard. And when I'm not at this table, I spend a lot of my time skulking around behind the scenes for VTubers on the internet.
Good time zone, everybody! I am Froggy Locke, and I'll be playing Lalaoopsie, a Leshy rogue built around the Mindsmith dedication. So just wait for level 2. I swear to God, I pop off at level 2. Okay, just level 1's really good.
Wait for that level 2.
I am an artist and a variety streamer on Twitch, but you can find me on all sorts of other social media platforms under the exact same handle. I hope you enjoy the show. This is a threat. Who's next? Please pan off of me. Someone else come on, man.
No, it's hypnotic. Keep talking. It's like you do the little wave thing. Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Salty Job and I am going to play Buchtvana, the Dromar Thaumaturge. I'm a little bit different, a little bit quirky with it than other thaumaturges, and I use a shield, something that it's an antithesis to my entire class. Since my class wants to wield 2 different things, a cool little artifact and a weapon, but I went, what if I just use a shield as a weapon? That won't hurt anyone. Except my enemies. You can find me over at Salty Job on Twitter and everything else. If you support this cool show, you support me as well, because I made the cool art.
You're not like the other thaumaturges.
She's not like other esoteric users.
So
Wonderful.
Hey everyone, I'm Zone the Bear. I basically produce and kind of run all the narrative declaration stuff, and I'm going to be playing as Fell Marrow. Because I've always wanted to play a necromancer, and now I finally get to, with the Book of the Dead and everything else for Pathfinder. I finally get to be a summoner, summon the undead, and be just a little skeleton little guy. I'm super excited to play Kingmaker. I've always liked super big adventures, hex exploration, and all sorts of stuff. And I'm really glad I get to play with a bunch of amazing people who know the rules, really good friends of mine, and just overall fantastic personalities. You can follow me all on YouTube and stuff at Zone the Bear, and along with everybody else on their socials once you see them. And I'm very excited, and I hope you enjoyed the show.
That is a threat.
You'll die otherwise.
oh fuck!
Gonna start following up anytime you say the character name with just Fell Marrow.
Lightning strikes in the distance.
I'm playing Fell Marrow. Fell Marrow.
Fell Marrow.
Speaking of the threat, hi, I'm Cabal.
He is approaching.
I am playing Geren the Hewn, a flesh warp fighter. I actually took a lot of inspiration from Legends of the Dullahans, and I will be your local axe-wielding maniac for the entirety of this Kingmaker session. I'm really looking forward to playing this game with everybody else and having a Gould time, if you will. If you want to go look for me, I am your favorite horror tuber over on Twitch, YouTube, various other platforms, and can't wait to be a menace.
Hello everyone. My name is Minerva. I am a silly little person on the internet. I am playing Arasne Ventry, an elf sorcerer. It's fine, I guess.
I guess.
But I am very excited to play the game. I'm still very, very new to tabletop, so thank you to all of my friends here who I'm playing with and everyone at home for their patience as I am going through it. I'm very excited to play. Please take this off of me now. I don't want to turn into Froggy.
I can't believe you're the goth frog GF of the group.
I am not your goth GF, and also you can find me over on Twitch and Twitter and stuff. Under Party Demoness Die.
You know, because you added the important bit on the end there, that stuff in the middle just has to go in.
It has to stay there.
It has to stay there.
Hi, it's me. Hi, everyone. My name's Thurston Hillman. I am the game master for our Kingmaker campaign. Probably seen me on other narrative declaration stuff. Otherwise, I am the managing creative director for Starfinder over at Paizo. So that means, well, I'd want to run Starfinder, but it's still under NDA. So you get Kingmaker from me.
Yippee!
Yay! I'm really looking forward to this. This is a cool group. I've really looked forward to, I suppose, tormenting some of the other party members in the narrative declaration family, and now I get to.
Oh,
Yay!
Can you go back to
damn
talking
it.
about how cool we are and less about tormenting us? Thanks.
Nah.
I like your stats, Thurston.
It's good. You can find me on all the things at On Call GMK. Thanks, bye.
Oh, you did it too. Now that we put
God
that at the
damn
end,
it,
that's
you
all in the
people.
take.
All right, everyone. Are we ready to embark on the epic quest of Kingmaker?
How do I play this game?
What?
How do I play this game?
We get to play Kingmaker. You know, you roll the dice and you do the things. And I'm super excited.
Is this
We're
like
supposed to roll
Pathfinder?
dice? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to play Pathfinder.
It's
Why
been
am I here again? What's happening?
I thought
it's
we
a
were
fun
playing cards.
it's an interesting thing, like just to establish bias, because when people are going to watch the show and stuff, they're like, oh man, who are these people and stuff, just to establish like bias and stuff. Like, I used to work at Paizo and Thurston still works at Paizo, so if you're ever listening to us, just remember, you know, that just for that as a clearance, we don't want to kind of mislead you or anything. But Thurston,
Yeah, that I'm the person you can blame for rules problems,
Yes.
and just like complain to me that I am your voodoo doll for that.
yeah, but it's absolutely lovely that everyone's been able to support us this far. Salty did an amazing job on the yard. Everyone's been making really fun and creative characters and stuff for this show. So thank you, everyone, for kicking butt and tolerating me and going through all this stuff to kind of get this shindig going. We finally get to play, and
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
super
I've been
excited.
waiting.
And of course, if you're listening to this, we greatly appreciate you coming over, watching the YouTube videos, or listening to the podcast version, and sticking around with us. And obviously, look at the description of the video if you want more Kingmaker, because episodes for this will be up on our Patreon at patreon.com/narrative declaration. But of course, we're here to have a grand adventure where we get to come together, maybe form a kingdom, maybe do some other cool stuff. We don't know yet. But Thurston,
Yes.
what adventure do you have for us today?
All right. So we begin our adventure with an eclectic group of heroes who've come together to answer the call of Lady Jamandi Aldori, showing up at her impressive hilltop manor near the settlement of Restov in the southern reaches of the country known as Brevoy. Brevoy is a nation that is in the far northeastern portion of the continent of Avestan on the world of Galarian, the heart of the Pathfinder setting. And as we begin, our group of adventurers have followed up on an open call that Lady Jamandi has put out to several select adventurers. When I say open, it's several adventurers have come, but she sort of handpicked them. And our group is one of a few who've been selected for that. The cobblestone path that leads is bordered by regal oak trees. There are well-manicured hedges that wind their way up the hill for almost a mile. This is a very sort of idyllic path towards this manor. You're sort of trailing on the edge, a group that is making its way towards this impressive structure in the distance. You have a bit of time as you're walking there to sort of discuss amongst yourselves. You've all kind of accepted the summons of Lady Aldori, but at this point, beyond a call for heroes, you're not quite sure what to expect.
My feet hurt.
Yeah.
Pippin, pick up the small one, Fell Marrow will say as he pretty much enters into the scene, him and his giant eidolon who is behind him. A towering skeletal thing, kind of with a full plate helmet to kind of cover up his undead nature. Fell trying to like keep his hood low, which is adorned with several hoods, his darkened red robes. He points with a gloved hand to kind of keep his skeletal stuff hidden. He points to Vinky, instructing his summon, pretty much his like eidolon, to pick up Vinky, going like Vinky, you've been complaining about your feet for 5 hours.
I've been hurting for 5 hours. Vinky, to follow up on that description, is a wet rag of a wizard. They eclectic little bundle of blues and browns and other earthly tones. Baggy clothing that does very little to hide the fact that underneath it all is a scraggly, scrawny little person. And upon feeling the skeletal hand of Pippin grabbing their back, they just go limp. Like, yeah.
There's like a cat just...
Yeah. They're no longer required to walk. They stop moving.
I don't understand why you don't just grow a new pair at this point. Says a very small, effeminate Leshy with a flower bulb for a head and multiple mouths in the forms of fly traps on either side of that head. Her body is like a tangle of roots and vines and very large leaves that kind of form almost like a little dress. And she kind of prances over and does a very an interpretive dance, let's call it. She does a little interpretive dance as she just says, skill issue, grow new feet, bro.
I do enjoy that Vinky just got told to grow a pair by a salad.
Not just a salad, our salad.
Lala, I don't think it works like that. And that voice is coming from a rather gangly looking elf. She looks almost kind of greasy, except if you swapped the grease with swamp water and mud. Her skin is kind of like a muddy gray purple, and her eyes are yellow. And she looks like she's kind of like she's wearing something that used to be regal, but it's been all muddled up by the mud and the wear and tear of traveling. And in her arms is just a big ol' urn. And it kind of croaks once in a while.
Why does it croak?
It's a level 2.
You'll find that when I get experience.
That's my line. That's my line. What the fuck?
Froggy and I holding, like, shaking hands over level 2.
Survive to level 2.
Mute.
Vinky nods along with the sentiment that is not how it works and says, yes, just there's certain fundamental rules to how people's bodies are supposed to grow. And then he stops, and his one eye that you can see widens, and he looks over at Geren.
And as this dark cloaked figure with a fur trim around the shoulders and the neck walks up behind Fell Marrow, if you were to look up past the fur collar, you would see that there is nothing there where it should be. There's only a wisp of what seems like green ethereal flame as from it issues forth a voice as a leather gloved hand puts itself on Fell's shoulder, and it's just like, Fell, you said that this is the nobles that are asking for this, right? This is one that we can actually trust. They're not like the rest.
Yes. For this party that we're going to, this one is... He kind of looks at Geren. one of the good ones. I've on good authority by Vinky's mother that we can trust this one. I understand that you want to. and he smiles. I look past Garen to you. I'd be like, I know you want to hewn them. But this one, we keep safe.
Garen like takes his leather-clad hand from Fell's shoulder, and as he puts it back under his cloak, he runs it along the edge of a hatchet that is tucked into his belt, and he's just like, "They'll get theirs in time, as long as we're given the opportunity."
And I believe we will, because I believe with all of our lovely charm. And he looks to Buchtvana, with the rest of the group, that I think we'll do well at the party. Because who else is more likable?
Me? A woman that towers over every single one of them, except for the, like, crumpled body that is Pepin.
It's okay, Pepin.
Buchtvana is Buchtvana is a middle-aged woman. She is distinctly more aged than everyone else, except for Fell. He's a fucking skeleton.
Take the L, Fell. Just take the L. You'll get your revenge soon when they die.
Fell's so old he fart in tomb dust.
Just keep taking it, Fell. You can take it.
Fell's so old. He went to school with Ric Flair.
I really am, Fell.
He has fallen and can't get up.
That's why he became a necromancer. That's his life alert.
Too bad it didn't go off. Now it's a death alert.
Oh my god!
Buchtvana is the super local, where everyone else, it might be a magic user or a warrior of some kind, maybe a cryptid to some extent. Buchtvana is just a peasant
walks
worker.
by you.
Yeah. Buchtvana is just a peasant worker. She's just your working class mom. She's a bit out of shape. She's a bit overweight. Sometimes she braces her back a little bit with one hand, and she goes, and she's the type of person who breathes out when she sits down. She's rather portly, shapely of a person, as she has been living a working class life. But this woman enjoys her drink and eating too. She hasn't been out on the road a lot, and she thanks the fates every single day that she chose to wear clogs, and she has actual good shoes. And she brings this up to Vinky as she goes, you could probably get some new shoes now that we are in Rustland.
Oh, is it the soles of my boots that's causing the issue? And Vinky, from where he's hanging from the Eidolon, is trying to look at the undersides of his feet and failing.
Just wiggle like.
Yeah.
Just kicking them ahead of himself over and over again.
And as you do that, you hear the ominous sort of roll of thunder very far in the distance. As Vinky, you go down to do this, and you notice to the corner of your eye behind you is the slow, almost glacial approach of storm clouds in the far distance, just as the sun is now reaching the sundown phase of the day.
Do you
It's
smell
gonna get
that?
worse.
It's going to rain. And her interpretive dance becomes more energetic. Lots of thrashing, kind of moshing.
I don't smell it. I see it.
It's going to rain. Moshing.
Do you
Finally.
headbang it's gonna fucking rain?
Yeah. Her hands are in the same place at her sides, and then the rest of her body is thrashing back and forth.
Oh, finally. I've been dehydrated and my skin is so dry.
I can create water. You should have addressed this earlier. It's fine.
No.
The rain will do it now.
It's gotta be special.
Sorry,
Don't
my
get it.
water is not special
No.
enough. I'll work on that, I guess.
She puts her finger up to her mouth,
Ah.
to her lips to shh.
Come, ones desiring to be wet. We must find shelter.
Garen does not have a head to turn, but it's like he's turned his head to speak to Vinky. He's like, it's the mud.
Oh, I can't do mud yet.
I wouldn't even drink the water you create.
Why?
Ooh, you Dasani
I've
brand looking
seen it.
ass.
It's all yellow.
Oh, good campaign, everyone.
We're
can't
not
do
even
this.
an hour in, and there's already a piss joke.
You've already been a piss joke.
Look, you invited me to be a part of this, okay? Hey.
This is what you
Oh my
get. This is
God.
what you
Wrong.
paid for this. Like, Right.
Vinky's
This is
eyes
her
widen,
legacy.
initially offended, and then they realize what Lalaoopsie is talking about, and they go, I told you not to look.
Thurston, we're trying to get inside of a building or something, right? We're losing track.
Then you all stopped and circled around this poor little wizard dumpling boy, and this happened.
I didn't stop. I kept walking.
Okay. So Geren, you begin approaching closer to the entry of the manor. As you do, you can see that it's actually again very austere, like two-storied building, 10 feet tall per floor at least. But as you can approach, there's light gray mortared stone, there's hedge-lined rose gardens, ancient oak trees, and then you see the doorway in which there's a couple of guards standing there. One of them seems to be ushering in the last of the attendees, you and your group now bringing up the absolute rear. And then the guard doesn't have a sword out, but has like a shield that they're holding at their side. Their sword is sheathed, and they sort of hail you with a wave of their hand.
They're expecting us.
Oh there. And this individual seems like focused almost entirely on the trio of Geren, Fell, and Pepin, and then occasionally like throwing side-eye looks to the Lalaoopsie, Arasne, Buchtvana, and then like Vinky sometimes, but really focused on like the undead trio or seemingly undead trio.
I would like to ask that, because I'm a skeleton, right?
Yes.
And Geren is a flesh warp abomination, the man,
Mm-hmm.
and Pepin's a giant undead freak, and everyone else is beautiful. We would obviously take steps to basically cover ourselves or to disguise ourselves so we're not obvious. I mentioned Fell will try to wear like a cloth mask thing or something under his hood so he doesn't have to keep doing the hood thing, wears gloves, things like that. Pepin always wears his helmet down so they don't see his face. We put a pumpkin on Garen's head, and put a hood over
What
it.
the fuck?
Are you gonna
Put a
appropriate
bag
him
on
like that?
Pepin. Give me his helmet.
Right, so Geren, you have like a helmet that you just bring up that's also full face that you like latch into your tail. Like I'm bringing up examples. I assume.
Do you have disguises? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, would you allow us for this as our start here to have that?
If the party had been like, yo, we need you to not look like the Headless Horseman, Garen would have been like, okay, cool. Yes, he would have a helmet that he could put on, but it's still
Stop your
flame
character.
glowing from the inside.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I'd like to
Okay.
ask that of you, Thurston.
I will. You know what? Of course. Both of you make me a deception roll.
First
Speaking of that, this is Rostland.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a local. I come from here. This is my place.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're making sure they don't go after us. I know Feld's gonna be like, Buchtvana, please cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, there's slight looks to the giant like half orc mom in the party, but
Yeah.
the attention is focused squarely on, unless of course we get some alternate history deception rules here, which I'm sure nothing could go wrong.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
rolled a total of a 19 on my deception.
I roll and I get a natural 20. Everything's
Totally
coming up
23.
narrow.
Oh my God, it's him. It's him. It's
I
King
unfurl
Baldwin.
my hood and it's handsome Squidward, but skeleton. Just
Yeah, the skull is all chiseled. It's got a dimpled chin.
you will just let it slide, won't you?
Cut to like a session later, throws back the hood. It was me, Austin. It was me.
And every single person will go, "Hey, nice mask."
Yeah. Well, this guard is fairly distracted. There's a storm coming. You're sort of the last of the group. He sort of looks over all of you. Really now, with very good checks from both Geren and Fell Marrow, the only real attention that's like paid is towards Vinky and the Lalaoopsie, eyes kind of going back. And then there's kind of like, oh, yes, familiar, of course. Come on in. And sort of like ushers you in to a large, great hall.
Ah.
Fancy.
Your seating's over here, and he sort of like takes you over to a table. So to give you a sense of this area, let's do a scene change here with the powerful powers of Foundry. It's a black screen. There we go. Cool.
Not the powerful, empowering powers.
A powerful foundry, yes. So each of you are brought to a table. There are 2 large banquet tables that are set up here. Then you can also see that there are several smaller tables. There are people all over the place here. The tokens on the map are just a bit representative, but you can see that there are dozens of people mingling here, sitting next to each other in groups all around. You kind of have a bit of a moment to come in here and just sort of take a bit of a lay of the land, so to speak. You can tell, though, that the spacious hall has been prepared for a great feast. Servants hustle and bustle about, and several armed soldiers, which must be Lady Jamandi's house guards, watch over the hall from their positions against the east and west walls. To the north, there's a fire crackling in a large fireplace. There's an iron lever secured by a lock that adorns the fireplace's eastern face. 2 massive crystal chandeliers hang from the 20-foot ceiling, and the walls here are decorated with painted murals of idyllic woodland scenes, nymphs frolicking in waterfalls, satyrs dancing with fawns in wooded glades, and various winged fairy creatures flitting through the trees. 9 of these long tables are ranged around the central portion of the room, and you can see that there are, plates, utensils, mugs, goblets, and full, ready-to-be-poured pitchers of ale, wine, mead, and water. There's the smell of roasted meat and other delicious scents that fill the room, but none of the food is on the table.
Is anyone playing music?
There's no music at this point. There is more of just like a ongoing murmur from the folks here. You are all kind of seated somewhat together. There's a group kind of sitting opposite one another, which has forced Fell and Buchtvana a bit over. As you are seated at this large table, where's Pepin? Because there isn't room for Pepin to sit at the table.
Pepin's just standing near Fell, like standing guard. Like, if anyone's like, oh, he could see, like, no, he's my bodyguard.
Just stands ominously behind.
Yeah.
Oh man, that
Oh,
guy
well.
that he's the other guy across from you, like on the opposite table, he's probably just like, oh.
That's a large lad.
That's a big boy.
It's like the mountain
might
from
have a-
Game of Thrones.
Pretty much. That's what he looks
Yeah.
like to everyone. Like, he sees.
Yeah, well,
people
since you
protecting me.
made the deception test, now it's,
Oh, yeah.
later
he's-
seasons mountain.
I think Pepin might have a light source out, as a heads up. The lighting in the room changed when Pepin was
I'm
dropped in.
just imagining our party, because we've got the Lalaoopsie, we've got Vinky, we've got Arasne, like she's not short, but she's gangly. We've got Fell, who's like hunched and kind of a scrungloid. And then you've got Geren, who stands, with the helmet on, a head taller than most. You've got Pippin, who is this meat mountain. And then you've got Buchtvana, who is this like towering orc lady, and it's just like they couldn't get anything in the middle. Like there's.
I wonder
No.
who the main characters are.
There's some strange looking folk in this hall, actually.
No,
the-
don't worry. If there's a single young, white, or slightly, white-coated human male, we know that's the main character.
Oh my god.
Crazy hair.
Yeah, maybe.
I think I see him.
It's John
Stop
Final
looking.
Fantasy.
Oh no, they're looking through my tokens. They're looking through my tokens. Also, if you're wondering why the illumination changed, it's because Pepin has dark vision. So if you're Zoran
Yeah.
who has everyone's vision turned on, it just completely overrides all the
Just,
mood
to
lighting.
do the scene, just turn Pepin off for now. Just get rid of his token
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
we'll go for it. So as we're going here,
God.
Deactivate
Pepin
the
will,
boy.
will lean towards
Disappears.
Buchtvana. He seems to have an adventure to his left, a seemingly halfling to his left here at the table, and some barbarian woman close to him on his front left and his front right. Another warrior as well, and he kind of leans to Buchtvana, going like, "I feel out of place here. I need to find a way to fit in by eating and drinking, but anytime I would try to drink out, it would look like I pissed myself because it would go through. It's like, do you have a solution? Do you have a bag?"
Buchtvana smiles, taps his hand a little bit, like a mother would to any youth approaching her about a sensitive subject, and then she slides over her tankard. Fell has probably noticed during their small travels that if Pepin ever had needed big time healing to reconstruct his body, Buchtvana had just jokingly held over her tankard, but if Pepin actually consumed any of her alcohol, it wouldn't spill out. It somehow absorbed into his being. So she slides over this ominous, large tankard that Fell has seen never runs out of liquid.
Fell will take it. Go, okay, thanks, and he puts it under his robe, just positioned under himself, and he goes like,
No.
What?
You can drink that. It's
Don't
fine.
make a gamer bucket. Don't make a gamer.
No.
I'll need it. I'll
Not
need
the
it back. in-
necro bucket. No.
So here's the thought process, right? We could still manipulate it, because I was thinking whatever would fill up. He takes it back out, and he looks to her and goes, "Do you want to see if we can win a drinking contest while we're waiting? I bet you I could drink that barbarian under the table with this."
Honey, I know that you can easily. I've done it with this tankard. I've earned so much money on the road so far.
The barbarian woman seems to perk up at this. Huh? What did you just say?
Hello.
And she turns to both you, Buchtvana, and Fell as Vinky. You just see this absolutely muscled and scarred back, laden with furs, is this woman who has this immense sword. We're talking this would be the sword used by a creature 1 or 2 size categories larger than a regular human strapped to her back.
We found the main character.
This room is just full of a bunch of different main characters from different series crammed into one room.
Did I hear drinking? She says.
Well, yes. My name is Buchtvana, and I am a retainer of Lord Fell Marrow. And she holds her hand out towards Fell as to introduce him like a lord.
Fell, being introduced like a lord, nods.
Him sitting there with a tankard larger than 2 versions of his head.
Okay, so here's the difference of the tankard, right? If I try to drink the tankard, it spills out,
Yeah.
right?
No!
Okay,
you get
so he
it
takes
works
the
for
tankard.
undead.
It's I'm saying making sure liquid doesn't come out. So he takes the tankard. Does it
Yeah.
empty in any way to kind of help him out, or no?
If you drink it, it will absorb into your being. If you pour it out, it just pours out.
Awesome. I have
disappears.
no stomach. It's time to win. He downs it in front of her like it's nothing, slams it down and go, yeah. I bet no one can drink better than me.
You wanna give me a deception or stealth check? Your choice.
Sweats and skeleton.
Can I aid him on this deception check?
I'll
You
accept
sure
the aid.
can.
I will roll my deception. That's a +3. Haven't trained that up yet. I got a 17 on the
Ooh.
die for a total of 20.
I like
Yeah,
it. I like it.
I'll roll a funny deception to see if I can aid. I rolled a 19.
So that'll aid. Yep.
It's a 21 total for me then.
Vinky rolls to Arasne and says, "They've already started. They've already started."
Of course they have.
Fell will motion the tankard to the rest of his crew. It's like, what's this?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Why did she roll an extra 20?
no fucking way!
Yahweh.
Oh.
And so it
barbarian.
starts.
The barbarian. You've got a little problem there. And she like looks down and like there's clearly like some little bit of like leaking on the bench you're sitting on, having gone through, but somehow some of that liquid is just coming out of you.
No,
Something.
it gets infused into my being. It's in.
There's something different about you. Are you related to this lady Aldori, whatever? All nobles are related, right? That's how that works, right?
I mean, in some kingdoms, and then they like the incest. But no, not me. Not this
Vinky
one.
speaks up. Lady Jamandi Aldori.
Yeah, well, Aldor, whatever. And like the barbarian kind of shrugs. She gives you like the most contemptuous look, like looks down at you, shrugs, kind of goes back to talking to Fell and Buchtvana.
Vinky is intimidated.
And like the halfling like diagonally across from you, she sort of perks up at this Vinky and like leans in and she's like, yeah, that's exactly right. Lady Jamandi Aldori. She's the one who summoned everyone here. I'm glad you knew. Not a lot of people here seem to know who it was. And this halfling is just like talking like so much to you about like so excited, you know, and she kind of like leans across the table as like the barbarian is continuing to go on with Bushti and Fell, and it's like, yeah.
Your image of her, you describe it as like this nice, kind halfling, but in the image that you show for our podcast listeners, she has a sword out or like a knife like that to stab us in
She
rage.
was about to get us.
So I'm sitting here, it's like, yeah, absolutely,
I'm gonna
stab.
you in the kidney.
She is neurodivergent info dumping right now.
Yeah.
Do not stop her.
Vinky is neurodivergent info receiving. Every single thing this person says, Vinky is paying very keen and active attention to.
I'm so sorry to
Neurodivergent
interrupt you,
info
Thurston.
dumping
No,
at
you're good.
knife point. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, the art is perfect. It's like, and like this halfling, she continues on. I'm just so excited to find out what this is all about. I mean, I've heard rumors, and I think it's going to be amazing. And your friend's amazing here too. And she turns to Lalaoopsie. You're a Leshy, right? I think I've heard of Leshies before. They're very fascinating. We don't see many of them here. I've seen them maybe once or twice, but you're really interesting. And then she leans in like towards like both the Lalaoopsie and to Vinky, like, I don't think the barbarian there really has a lot of respect for smaller people.
Oh no.
That's, you get used to that eventually. What did Lalaoopsie?
Yeah, was that Lalaoopsie?
The atmosphere is rancid. The vibes are off.
Arasne just snickers.
It's fine. She's not paying attention to us right now. She's busy with Fell.
All right, so
Until
as
she
you
turns around.
Arasne, as you snicker and Lala, as you're saying this, the figure across from Arasne, a gnome looks up and just like stares at you, Arasne.
He's really cute.
Arasne looks like she's sitting like nice and prim and proper, but like her face says she is bored out of her mind. She does not want to be here. It's like she's been in a situation kind of similar to this before. And she just slowly, like her eyes are kind of scanning around the room looking at things until they land on the gnome in front of her. And she just stares back.
What do I have to roll to hand Arasne an iPad?
iPad, kid.
Cab, this is the family bringing the goth teenager to Applebee's.
Take Mickey's slate.
Oh,
Take Mickey's slate and hand it over to her.
The gnome locks eyes with you, Arasne.
The Lalaoopsie ruffles all her leaves and creaks around. How long did it take you to grow those?
What? The gnome looks. What?
She blinks one eye after the other, creaks in a little closer, ruffles all her leaves. How long?
Turns back to Arasne. You know you're all going to die here. Your group is kind of not competent.
Cut the Fell Marrow, tried on top of the thing, just chugging. Like, I'm gonna win!
Arasne's going to lean forward, just kind of leaning on her arms, and like she rests her head in her hand, like, you know, she's kind of just looking bored. She's like, listen, I don't care.
Well, that's good, because I'm going to be the one to be victorious in all of this.
Okay, that's great for you, buddy. And she'll just
That's
like,
right, it is.
she'll just keep staring at him, and like slowly her tongue will stick out of her mouth and like will reach up to her eye, and she'll just lick her eye in front of him without blinking.
As this
In-character reaction.
boisterous gnome is just talking mad garbage.
Yes.
Like Geren, you know, obviously he's got the helmet on, but he's obviously talking to this gnome, and he's like, arrogance has caused many to lose their head in the heat of battle. And like he just has a hand
He doesn't know. He doesn't
resting
know.
like on the hatchet at his side, and he's like, you should be more careful.
And like Arasne will just kind of reach over toward Geren, tapping the table a little bit. Boo, that was bad. Boo, and then she'll go back to normal.
I'm booing your pun.
No, that was very in character. She will
okay.
boo his puns. She's very, very aware.
Why are you guys bullying Neo Cortex from Crash Bandicoot?
I mean, look,
I was gonna ask if
say
he
it,
got. I was
but-
gonna ask if he got signal on those things, but you know we don't gotta worry about that in the setting.
Hey, podcast listeners, the gnome's eyebrows are out of this world. They're blood elves level of long. So,
That's
in case it was
gnome
not said out
eyebrows.
loud.
In Pathfinder, that's just standard gnome eyebrows, but he has
I just
thick
hear
fucking
the
eyebrows.
music in my head of bum bum bum.
You're
I'm
gonna get
entering
copyright
an
struck.
Orgrimmar right now.
As you say this, the white-skinned human male across from you,
It's him.
We found him.
well said, friend. Well said. You know, what was Tartuccio? Was it? He points to the gnome. Confidence. Slow and insidious killer.
Your name is Tartootie?
The gnome turns, like the eyes turning to daggers alongside his dagger-like eyebrows.
What? A hand comes up to hold one mouth shut to stifle its laughter, but the other mouth is still giggling.
My name is Tartuccio. I am great and powerful.
Toot.
Her lettuce starts like fluttering.
Ah, You're all
Right.
laughing now, but you won't be when I am crowned Baron.
You'll be crowned something, all right. She'll just kind of sit on her own, just looking away.
No, you don't think he won't say anything. He's still engrossed with the halfling.
Yeah.
So,
The halfling's still been going on this entire
Yeah,
time.
Info
he's
dump.
still listening.
Info dump.
yeah, so as this is all carrying on, at this point, another figure enters the chamber. They come from the western doorway, and they walk through. I already have the token sort of set up to the north. They come to the head table. There are two of them. One of them is a bit of a burnished skin human male, while the other is a half-elven woman who is very clearly the lady of the house. This striking half-elf woman enters the hall, followed by this aristocratic middle-aged human man. The man wears finely tailored clothing fit for a noble, while the woman appears dressed for battle. She wears a fine leather coat over a sparkling mail shirt, and at her waist hangs an Aldori dueling sword with a bright silver pommel. The two make their way towards the head table, where they actually stay standing as they get there, kind of waiting for everyone to calm down before they can address the masses here.
When the lady of the house enters, Buchtvana will stand up, as a proper peasant's inborn reaction would be at this point, and stand up and stare over at them, because you don't sit down until the nobles have sit down.
Yeah.
Oh,
When-
Lala copies her.
When both of them stand up with the nobles enter, like Geren like audibly snorts.
Is the barbarian drunk yet?
The barbarian's like, all right, we go again.
No. I think you've had enough. He hands the tankard back to Buchtvana, and he will stand at
I
attention.
win.
Good game. He'll nod respectfully and go, "You are the winner, but business now takes precedent. Pippin,
I'm always the winner,
stand at
she
attention."
says. She turns, wobbles up to her feet slightly. Again, this looming shadow blacking out all light for Vinky.
Binky will get one last word in, and turn to the halfling and say, "Sorry, I didn't get your name."
Oh, yeah, my name's Lindsay, but we should pay attention to this. We can keep talking though. And then sort of like turns.
Okay, nice to meet you, Lindsay. And he also tries to turn and listen, and he's just staring at muscled, scarred back of this halfling woman, and he changes his mind and turns and just looks at Lalaoopsie instead. He'll just be listening.
Wait, muscle scarred of the halfling woman? No, the woman
no,
beside you is
barbarian woman.
human. Okay.
Barbarian woman.
Though now I want like muscle
Brain did an
scarred
oopsie
halfling
doopsie.
barbarian. All right.
Yeah.
So as that happens, the man who has come to the lead table begins to speak. Greetings, heroes. I am Iosif Selemius, Lord Mayor of Restov, and this, he gestures to the woman beside him, is Lady Jamandi Aldori. We both thank you for answering her call for heroes. You may be few, but we only need the best for this great task. At this point, Lady Jamandi offers the room a broad smile before she speaks. South of here, beyond Brevoy's border, lie the Stolen Land. This disputed territory has been claimed time and time again by would-be settlers. But because the area has been a haven for bandits and monsters, it has never held for long. Restov intends for this to change. If you have enough courage to drive off the dangerous denizens of the Stolen Lands, you can seize territory for yourselves, and name yourselves Baroness or Barons. Restov intends to recognize the legitimacy of the new rulers of this land, and none of the other neighboring realms care enough to challenge you. We are prepared to provide backing as a trade partner and military ally. If you claim the land, you will have my, and indeed all of Restov's support. At this point, Lady Jamandi, who's still not sat down, raises a goblet from the table. But the details of your individual missions and charters into the Stolen Lands can wait. I raise my glass to you, brave heroes. For now, let us eat and enjoy the evening. Tomorrow promises to be a very busy day. And then, like, everyone starts sitting down, and the door kind of cracks open as there's hustle and bustle as servants begin coming in with trays of food, heaping platters, the first of which seems to be like crisp greens flavored with savory oils. Lalaoopsie, this is probably like horrifying for you to see.
She starts perspirating a little bit.
And then, like,
when the meat comes out.
the barbarian at the table, she kind of like pumps her chest a bit. Right. This is a trap, and she points to the greens. Gotta leave room for the meat.
As the food.
That's my rule at Fogo de Chao for anyone listening, just so you know.
No, look, you're absolutely right on that one. you go to fucking a child's like, anything? No, bring the meat.
Bring it now.
As they start to like bring out food, like Geren will actually excuse himself from the table, and he'll actually go and like stand behind Vinky in the same way that that Pippin stands behind Fell.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because Geren is, it's like he doesn't drink, so he's like positioning himself as like, now food is going on, and I've got a quote unquote job to do. It's kind of the air he's carrying himself about.
All right. So at this point, like, it's kind of becoming a more social occasion here. So you all have some opportunities, and what I would like each of you to do, I'm going to kind of make this into a fun game.
Wow.
I know, right?
We're getting Jigsaw thirsting right off the bat.
All right. Can
The
I
door's
get
locked,
all of
the
you?
place goes on fire.
Yeah, I put you all into combat for no particular reason. Can I get all of you to just roll perception for initiative?
For initiative?
Yeah, if you go into the little combat tracker thing,
Okay,
you should
yeah,
be able to
got
just
it.
click the dice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
As all the dice being rolled, Fell got a 14.
Geren got a 18.
Arasne got a. Oh god, where'd it go? 20.
20.
Lala got a 13.
I'm blind.
Buchtvana
Help
got
me.
an 11.
And Vinky's in the rear with a 7.
All right. So the reason I had you do that is at this point, we're in an influence style encounter. At this point, you're in a social situation. You can go around, mingle with people, talk to people, really just amongst the guests here. So I'm going to indicate, people who are at your table who you can interact with, but then other important people who are around as well. So Arasne, you're going to get to take the first action at this. And this is kind of a subsystem that's in Pathfinder that lets us represent these kind of social encounters. And during that, what you can do is you can do like a discover test to like figure out like what a person might be influenced by skill wise, or you can just try a skill test and see what you get to try to influence. That could be diplomacy. You could be like, oh, this person's a dancer. Maybe they would love for me to do like a performance check. If you want to take a guess. So there are a lot of individuals here. I'm going to start kind of highlighting them on the map so you can see, who you might be able to spark up a conversation with. And essentially what's going to happen here is you're going to make skill checks. Those skill checks represent how a conversation goes. And then you can, based on successes, accrue some influence points, which might turn into perks or benefits if you do it. So certainly at the table, we have a couple individuals. The gnome directly across from you, who is maybe a little bit haughty, is one individual, Tartuccio. The protagonist male to your right, whose name you don't know yet, is another individual.
I cannot believe the antisocial teenager archetype is the first one to go.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I have a question.
100%. Yes, Buchtvana.
as Arasne is a goth person, she has the ability to easily spot the other goth person in the room.
Yes.
It's true. She would be looking for that. She would be. She'd be looking for someone she could just sit by quietly so they can sit in silence together.
I'm being attacked
has she
right
heard
now, and I don't
anything?
like it.
Has she heard anything from the table behind her?
Have I?
Ahem.
I see.
I'm
All right,
going
she's-
to indicate this particular individual sitting far away, the pale-skinned elven woman who, like, her skin is so white it almost glows here.
Oh my god, that's so relatable.
She's a streamer. She's a streamer.
She's a streamer.
She hasn't seen the sun in years.
So Arasne is gonna get up.
I like how I'm not even done giving you the list. You're like, that's the one.
That's the bitch. Arasne's gonna kind of like scoot up from her seat. She's gonna like pat protagonist man on her next to her, just on the shoulders, like, "Hey, have fun with the gnome." And she just kind of starts walking away. And she's gonna slump on over to this table and cram herself between these two here, which isn't gonna be too difficult. She's skinny, she's angular. And she sits down, she'll plop, look down at, look across at this woman and go, "I hate it here." Do you hate it here?
So do I. This place is terrible.
Oh, it's awful.
All right.
Nice hot topic conversation, everyone. Let's take spin.
It's the feminine urge to walk up to another cute girl and go, "Hey, nice scythe."
Look, I'm sorry all the artwork I've got is like everyone in battle poses, okay?
That's not foreshadowing at all.
Yeah, no, it's
she's
not.
Gonna,
it's not.
She's gonna reach over and, pour herself a glass, and she's like, "You got anything yet? Or do you want something?"
Okay, I'm gonna ask you an important question here,
Oh no. Okay.
Arasne. What skill are you wanting to use to influence this woman whose name you don't even have yet?
Diplomacy.
Or would you like to spend this round doing a discover action to figure out what skills might be useful to influence her?
I would love to do that. I would love to be the first person to do that so we can figure that shit out, because I don't know how this system works yet.
Yeah, so basically there's the two actions. There's, making an influence check, or there is discovering. Discovering lets you essentially target someone and be like, I am going to try these type of skill checks to figure out what you're all about. In this case, with her, your best bet is probably, if you're going to discover, to like do a perception check.
Okay. I can do that.
Yeah, I believe in you.
That's one of us. A total of 20.
All right. So, with that, you are able to succeed. So, you, as part of this, can ask me a couple different questions. So, the influence subsystem, when you do like a discover check, you can get a couple pieces of different pieces of information. In this case, you get a success, so you can choose one of the following. You can learn which skill that can influence this NPC has the lowest DC, so i.e. the easiest, or you can learn one of this NPC's personal biases, or one of their resistances, or their weaknesses. So biases are things that for this NPC would represent like, what's a good example here? Just things that they're prone to. Resistances would be, things that will piss them off. Weaknesses are ways you can really like get in their good graces. Or you could just be like, tell me the skill and I'll tell you what the easiest skill is to impress this person.
I would like to know weaknesses to try and get into her good graces.
Okay. Per weakness, you can tell this. God, brace yourself.
Oh no.
This woman is incredibly lonely.
No.
And so, if you could successfully influence her with diplomacy, like basically, which might be a bit tricky, all subsequent diplomacy checks to influence her are going to be super easy because she thinks she's found a friend finally.
All the
That
VTubers
is
just got sad.
Arasne's first round. That brings us to our second social option for our socialites, Geren the Hewn. Geren,
I can't
since-
wait to hew stuff.
since I wasn't fully done yet, I mentioned everyone at the table. So Tartuccio, the protagonist man, the barbarian, Lindsay, those are all people who are at the table you're at. You can tell that there's a pretty dour-looking dwarf right behind you at the other table. There is a so there's this dwarf. He looks pretty dour. Then there across the way is a knightly woman with kind of like a very statuesque, almost like idyllic beauty woman, someone who would be like drawn in portraits in like full battle regalia with a shield and a long sword. And then of course there is the lady that Arasne has gone to meet with and talk with and get a drink for. You have an opportunity here. Again, same thing. You could try to influence someone here, or you could try to just discover something about someone.
Let me think. So we've got the dour dwarf, which is over here.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the
Yes.
one that Arasne is working on.
Yep.
Arasne, fuck off!
Shut up.
How dare you be funny? How dare!
Hey, Thurston, it's been an hour. Can we give Cab a hero point for that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gets
yeah.
a hero point.
Well deserved.
Well served.
Does
That
Razzie know
is-
Rizlor? Where's my hero
I'll
point?
look it up.
No.
No.
My archetype is the Rizzler.
I hate this conversation. Garen.
Sticking your D20 out for the Rizzler.
I'm bringing us back. I'm bringing us in.
Okay. So you said that I can use the discovery action to see if to see what skill checks will work on people. Is that just a singular individual?
Yeah, you pick a person basically that
Okay.
you're focused on.
Garen doesn't want to go too far away from the party because we're in the presence of nobles and he doesn't trust a noble as far as he could throw a hatchet.
It's only 10 feet.
Yeah. And all the nobles are outside of 10 feet, so.
It's true.
I don't know about that. This guy's kind of close.
So I will use a discovery action on the dour dwarf that is sitting at the
Ooh.
table next to ours.
So just like not moving from where you are, but maybe like kind of looking back and.
I mean, like, yeah,
Okay.
looking back, also listening in on any conversation that there is, and
Absolutely.
he can key in on anything.
Give me a perception check here.
Because I'm gonna be honest, Garen been living in the woods for the past who knows how long.
Oh yeah, I love that you guys are like the most eclectic band ever, and I'm like the first thing, hardcore social encounter. Okay.
I rolled a total of a 24. Apparently, listening for intruders in the woods has served me well for all these years, and now
Okay.
I am a socialite extraordinaire. Who would have
You
guessed
are
it?
gossip girl.
Yeah.
I
So at this point, with that check, that is enough for you to learn an influence skill. So you can either pick, what skill's going to be the easiest skill to influence this individual, or you could ask me about like their resistances or weaknesses, like what would piss them off or what might make them amenable to you.
Okay. What? Okay. What might make them amenable to like interacting and possibly sharing knowledge? I guess.
Okay. So you're looking for their weaknesses in social.
Yes, I'm searching for weakness. Look, Salty. I know that's your shtick with Buchty, but I'm looking for weaknesses this time.
Well, okay. So as you're listening to this dwarf, you just hear, like, as you're focusing on this dwarf, it's like there's white noise blocking everything else in the room out. Because once you hear this dwarf's voice,
no,
yeah, it's just hitting you. Because he talks like this, and he wants everyone to know about Grotus, the great end of all things, that we should all abandon hope and embrace the inevitable, and that it's okay for us to pass away. And is like talking to these like people who are kind of awkwardly nodding to the dwarf as he goes on basically about like end of the world prophecies. And he keeps going on, but as you pick up from the conversation, the only time his inflection seems to take on any emotions is when he mentions things like, there are dwarven runes out here, and those sound pretty interesting. And so you could guess that anything dwarf related might actually really appeal to this dwarf.
I go back to staring at the back of Vinky's head.
And then we go to Fell Marrow.
Fell is looking at the barbarian that he has screwed up.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing
Another go.
No, I think you would best me on this one. But
Right, I
you can
would.
have. And he slides over his plate of meat, which I assume got served at some point.
Yeah.
He's like, but you may take your winnings. And he slides all his mutton and sausages and everything else over to the
Yeah.
barbarian. I did not get your name, though.
Oh, I'm a Miri, she says. I'm a
Pleasure.
barbarian I'm from somewhere else.
I'm trying to find a Miri's image.
I can.
That's not it.
Okay, I got you. Boom.
Thank you.
And look at that.
Thank you. He's like, it is a pleasure. It's like, but why come all the way here? I believe this place was invitational.
What? You don't think they would invite me? She says. I'm here because I'm gonna slay the biggest things out wherever we're going. The stolen lands or whatever they're called.
You seek battle. I would imagine, right?
That's right.
I was like, have you not found any from where you are? Did you chop them to extinction?
Yeah. I kill everyone. Anything that's come against me.
Oh,
Just
cool.
my sword, and she like pats the back of the sword.
I love her energy so much.
I would like to roll a perception check to basically gauge. Like, I'm assuming basically that things about like killing monsters and finding them are things that pretty much is like, oh, this is why she's
Yeah.
here, right?
So at this point, like with what you know, like you could certainly just give me a skill test to try to influence her more if you want, or like a perception check to sort of just discover what might be good here.
My goal is to basically try to get her just more on my side, saying like, you have bested me, but if we work together, you know, if you join me, I'll help you find more monsters, basically to slay. And and so I'd like to roll a diplomacy check if that's okay. I'll pitch my thing where will kind of lean forward and he goes, with the announcement that our host here has given, my ambitions can finally come to fruition. And of course, there will be monsters along the way. If you join me, I will send you to them so that you can find these beasts mightier than you've ever seen, and you can slay them. And if I become Baron, you will be rewarded with food, drink, songs of your name. What do you say if you join me? And he slides a hand out. You know, it's like, come on, shake a poor sinner's hand. And he just brings it
Give me a
over.
diplomacy check. Let's see.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, that's a 5, but I do want to use a hero point. May I do that?
Hero quest. Point.
And for hero points allows
That's
me
a
to
different
reroll this
game.
d20s. Oh, it's worse. I rolled a 4 on the die instead of a 5 now, so it is a 10. He gets nervous and he looks at Buchtvana, potentially for assistance out of
Well,
this situation.
Buchtvana's gonna have her own round in a second. She looks down at your hand, Fell, and is like, "Words, really? You're gonna use honeyed words to try to entice me? What?" And she's just like, "What?"
I can just
Invitation
hear it. It's like
denied.
the whole like shake a poor sinner's hand, and just like in the background, you just hear it's like, he wasn't ready.
Fel will notice he's floundering and his approach did not work, and that's the end of Fel's
Yeah.
turn.
This
Lalaoopsie.
man has not done political work in 200 years.
It's true.
So
Lala, you have your choice of all of these various individuals I've pointed out.
this party's lame. There's nothing for her to eat. She's kind of perusing the crowd with her eyes. Does she spot anybody sporting an instrument of any kind?
Yeah, right next to you.
Oh my freaking god! I didn't even notice! Holy crap!
It's like
It's
it's like the most
Lindsay.
prominent thing on the token beside you.
I
It's
know.
like
I was
she's
zoomed
just
out, I was
Lindsay's
zoomed
got this big loot on her back.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I was zoomed
But-
out, and
I'm
in
sorry,
the
there's
art,
more
all I
to
saw was her
Lindsay
freaking
art.
knife. Yeah, all I
Yeah.
saw was her freaking knife in the main artwork.
Yeah.
Lindsay.
She turns like with a
Lindsay.
wide smile. Oh, hi, yeah. And then she looks back at Vinky. One sec. Okay, so hi. I'm Lindsay. Pleasure to meet you. And she's just so excited to have people to talk to.
Are you done eating?
Oh, yeah. I did. It was fine. I like my greens. I'm not sure about
I
all the
didn't.
meat. Oh,
I didn't ask. Can you play?
Jesus.
I love Lalaoopsie.
Oh shit. Okay.
Can you play that?
Oh, this, and she like
Could
points. Yeah.
Do you know how to play that?
Yeah, I do. I learned in a back in school when I was back in Pydax.
Can you play it?
What?
Can
Okay.
you play it?
What kind of skill test? I assume you're not. I assume the Lalaoopsie is not even bothering with the discovery phase of this operation and is going straight into the influence phase of the operation.
I feel like it's intimidation at this rate. Crap.
Yeah, you absolutely can use intimidation, Lala,
At this
if you would
moment,
like.
Lala is looking to discover better vibes than the rancid
Okay.
shit going on right now.
Wow.
She's looking to turn up.
I can't
Okay.
believe the Lalaoopsie has walked into the club wearing
So-
apple bottom jeans and boots
Address
with
the puzzle
fur.
though. What are you using? That's what
Yeah,
there's
that's the
Influence.
question.
Influence.
Yeah, okay,
No,
you're influencing,
so
but what skill? What skill are you using? To...
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood that it was
No,
even a
you're
question.
good. You're good.
I suppose it would be intimidation.
You certainly can use that skill. Yes.
You're bullying the halfling.
Yeah.
And playing their
Yeah.
loot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only a little of it.
Are you happy with that?
Not really. Do I need to use one of my proficiencies, or could I use a skill that I have?
What?
'Cause I
What?
have- wait, hold on. I have to. 1 second. Sorry. I'm
You
so
were the one
sorry.
who said intimidation. What would you like to use?
Yeah. You
Well,
said
you've rolled now,
intimidation.
but-
You rolled it, so.
I know. I'm so
So you. What I'm
First
asking
and-
though, if you're happy with the roll, because you have a hero point you can spend to roll it.
Sorry, I'm reading. I have this special stupid thing that's like harmless request, and I can just ask for the most weird.
Do you have that at level 1?
Yes, I think so. I think so.
You.
Oh no, I
do
don't
not.
have it yet. Okay, never mind. I don't have it yet.
Level 2 is when the pop
God
off happens.
freaking damn it! Yeah,
Level
so
2.
that'll be it. Yeah, I'll just stick with the 11 for this. I don't want to use my hero point.
So yeah, Lindsay looks really awkward and kind of like, rather than playing, just sort of like does that thing where they like kind of like go to grab the loot, but more like to make sure it's still there and hold on to it tightly, and is like, well, I think it'd be kind of rude for me to just start playing right now. Well, everyone's eating, and you know, and like
Can't believe
seems
she
really
rolled her
off
windows
put.
up at you.
Yeah,
Is this
it's like really off put from being bullied. Buchtvana.
Yeah. So Bushti, as a person who has worked in social gatherings her entire life, and lifting crates.
Yeah, crates are good.
Crates are good. Crates are not great at talking, but she's great at talking to people and
Crates are
gossiping.
pretty great.
Buchtvana resists the orcish urge to crush Fell's skull. Bushti looks around and she wants to more or less use her social gossiping skills. Thurston, who in here has looked at her in any favorable way or with the most stank eye possible? Has she noticed anyone look at her like, ew? Or has anyone been like, oh, nice?
Oh, okay. I will allow you to make a perception check for that.
Heck yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can roll this properly. Yay! I rolled an 18 for a total of 23. I'm Gossip Queen.
Yeah. So you're kind of looking to see who's been throwing you eyes here.
Yeah.
So there are
Positive
two
or negative?
people. There are two people.
Yeah.
There is someone who has been occasionally glancing over at you. Well, three, I should say. One is glancing over from you from the far like eastern edge is this knightly woman who occasionally just looks up over towards you. But it's like fairly fast, like, okay, goes back. As far as like sneering and whatnot, this little gnome man just south of the Lalaoopsie, Tartuccio, sure seems to like whenever you make a move, look up and is like indignant that you exist. And then the barbarian just to the south of you, Amiri, she seems to like regularly like look over at you and kind of have like a nod.
Is she sizing me up?
Yes.
Yeah. Buchtvana has just smiled at her whenever that has happened. She will not recognize, like vocally or visually recognize this knight across this dining hall whenever she has caught a glimpse. But that is the person that she will make it out to. She will stand up, do a slight nod towards Fell, towards her newfound seated companions. One special like little smirk of I noticed over to her muscle-bound feminine neighbor, and then she will walk this path and she will pat Geren once on the shoulder and going, "Is Minkling going good?" And then she passes by.
It's ethereal grumbling.
I like to assume that it's actually still the white noise and just like you hear nothing and it's like the end of the world will be freedom for us all.
That's the fucking healer in a raid.
Head, I'd want to bash it into a wall.
That dwarf is the healer in a raid. When you go down and you type in chat, "Could I get a battle rest?" He goes, "You did this to yourself."
Jeez.
but when she passes by this gnome, Bushti's eyes are they're not beady, but her face is like very full because, you know, she's on half orc. She has traits of two things that shouldn't mix. So her face is not just built like a rounded human face, but also built to take a punch like an orc. So her eyes are usually squinting, but she opens her eyes when she passes by this gnome and just bores her fucking eyes into him. She still smiles, but she just looks at him like he's a rabbit, and she is like some big creature that could just snatch him up. But then she keeps on walking over to this knight person.
Yeah, the gnome just like quickly looks away from you, kind of sizing up more people at the table. You pass by, you see this knight. She's sitting down. She seems to be looking around. She definitely like gives you a nod as you approach.
Yes, Thurston, as I did this long scene and all that, my action that I would like to do is to discover who this is.
Yeah, so I'm just...
So that my next turn, I will know who the fuck this is.
Okay.
So I can do a proper introduction.
So with discovery, I guess my question is which of the things would you like to discover about them? Like, you can overhear bits in conversation and get a name and whatnot, but like, are you looking for what skills, what their resistances, or what their weaknesses?
What their what would be this the weaknesses and strengths of this person? I would love to know that.
So as you're kind of catching up, you're hearing glimpses of conversation she's having with other attendees, though they're fairly muted. She's definitely like not reclusive like the elf that Arasne's with, but she's definitely like a bit detached from the conversation.
She's too on.
Yeah, but you hear some of the people like, whoa, that's not true, Valerie. So you catch her name is Valerie. And you get a sense from her that she's a very honorable person. So like doing anything like openly wearing like religious symbols of good or lawful neutral deities, that sort of thing would be a weakness to her, where it would show that you are kind of like in someone who is of a good character, which is what she wants to see.
Nice.
Okay. And that brings us to the end of our first round with Lil Vinky.
Hi. Vinky, the second their conversation partner in Lizzie gets pulled away by Lalaoopsie, is going to adjust and pivot.
You can still influence Lindsay, but like,
hey,
multiple of you can go on the same people.
I understand that. You're interrupting my narration. No, I'm kidding. Seeing the conversation move away, Vinky will pivot and slide down a little bit here over to in front of Tartuccio and speak up and say, I apologize for the eclecticity of my party. I can't help but have made an observation that you did know that despite us not all sitting together, that we were a party together, which means you saw us come in as a collective group.
You're dead.
It's perceptive of you. I also managing to read in the middle of this bustling and overly loud hall full of rambunctious folks, so I found that curious. What topic has your mind right now? And I want to use a discovery to get to know this person's weakness.
What skill do you want to use for discovery here?
So perception would make sense. Are they reading a magical tome of any tradition in which Vinky could use that skill to recognize from upside down? Or is this like a historical text?
You can tell from like what you're immediately seeing that it'd be more like nature-y in that context. Yeah. Like a bit of a natural. Now, as you're looking, you can tell that this sort of appearance, this book, it's not a spell book. In fact, it's hard to tell what it is, but it's clearly not a spell.
I'll just use my generic perception to try and get a bead on this individual. Then I won't focus on it too hard. Perception. I'll keep that. That's a total of 16.
Okay, so with that, you're having some difficulty sussing this person out. They're very slippery. Tartuccio kind of is like not someone you're able to really gather a lot on as you're trying this. They're really good at deflecting, and in fact, as you ask these questions, like, well, what I'm thinking about is that I'm going to be a baron soon.
Vinky spends time pumping his ego.
Okay.
But that's their turn.
That's true. Cool. All right. Well, that's going to bring us to round 2. Arasne, we're back with you. You have now made some discoveries about our elven friend here. What is it you're wanting to do right now?
Well, right now she's going to try and discover the elven woman's name.
Yeah.
Because
Conversation is sort of going on. This is like
Yeah.
taking place, by the way, over like 20 minutes. So as you kind of like
Yeah.
had some conversation, got that drink, you've learned that this woman's name is Jathel.
Is what?
Jathel. I will drop it
Jathel.
in chat.
Okay. Yeah, Discord cut you out a little bit.
Ah, sure. Jathel.
Jathel. Okay. And she's gonna try and talk to her about brutal elven poetry.
Oh my god. All right. All right.
And she'll just kind of like just talk about the things that she enjoys and stuff. The urn will will croak once in a while.
Do you quote Linkin Park lyrics at her? Just
Yes.
Yes.
But in the end.
It doesn't even matter. She'll slide over a drink.
Okay, excellent. So you're still wanting to discover again, or are you wanting to try to influence some skill?
I wanna try and influence a little bit. Because like they're sitting together, they're talking. She's like, I just kind of want to know the person I'm hanging out with, away from all of that. She'll like motion to the rest of the party.
Yeah. Are you going to make the diplomacy attempt?
I'm going to try. I'm going to
Here
pray.
we go. Here we go.
Please. There's a total of 12. I'm gonna re-roll that with a hero
do the hero
point.
point thing. Yeah,
Please,
here we go.
God,
Here we go.
Please, please.
Here we go.
Re-roll this hero point. It didn't do it. Hang on.
you gotta put on
There
your
we go.
characters.
It's a 15. It's better.
It's better, but it's very clear that like Jathel is now just kind of like, okay. Yeah, I guess, Keonan Park's lyrics are all right.
I mean, they're
I
fine.
guess.
They could be better. Like right now, I'm a fan of Toke sleeping.
Take a walk.
It's like I heard someone just throw their computer like, fuck this thing.
I knew the moment she said it that I was waiting for a reaction from Maddie.
Well, we're just gonna move from that awkward conversation slowly. The camera pans back to Geren. You don't feel you've made an inroad there yet, my friend. Geren!
Oh.
And the end of the world is coming, and when it does, all will be blissful.
Can I go help Arasne with the
Yes,
ball
you absolutely yes.
Why doesn't anyone ever want to listen? And so everything will die. You will die. The cells in your body will die. My family has left me. My wife
Geren
left me.
is going over to check on Arasne.
My will to live has also left me. Now Geren has left me. Why don't you hang out anymore? I'm alone.
His voice really carries across this busy hall. That's crazy.
Dang.
He's just following you.
So you come up to hear about elven alternative poetry singing.
So like Geren just pads up behind Arasne and like as he looms behind Arasne, he's just like, Arasne,
Uh,
I hate this place.
I do too. Want to sit with us?
Please.
Got
These two adventurers just awkwardly leave. Notice I've got like a table of like awkward, unimportant adventurers.
He like sits down, and as they're both quoting brutal elven poetry, Geren, I don't like he sulks. He sulks.
Oh no,
I'm not helping.
buddy.
He just sulks.
No!
Arasne's got this.
No, she doesn't!
I believe in the sorceress.
No!
Can his absolute brutal presence,
And my brutal presence.
aid Arasne's next roll?
Well, or like, I don't know, are you just planning on intimidating her with your brutal presence?
I can. He does loom.
Yeah, you want to give me an
Yeah.
intimidate check?
Sure. I rolled a 20.
Okay,
Like
so
as he
all
he's like plops down just this like towering man
Oh,
with
God,
a
the
non-moving
table.
head.
The table probably just goes because he's so heavy.
So all attention goes away from Arasne to Geren. Jaethal is now completely just enamored with the presence of this towering, silent individual.
The eye slots of his helmet glow a ghostly green as he stares at the wall menacingly, broodingly.
Yeah, don't
Darkly.
mind him too much. That's Geren.
And Jaethal's eyes just like flutter. Oh,
Oh my
No.
god.
that's Geren.
No.
Geren, you say?
Oh no!
He's serving Edge.
Now who has the Riz? Okay.
Arasne immediately knows what's happening and she just kind of goes, yeah, okay, this is fine.
Oh, it's just like high school all over again.
God damn it, it's prom all over again.
Could have stayed the test session. The prom jokes could have stayed the test session.
Could've,
Zorn will
What's
remember
next?
this bit stolen.
but
I
they
think-
didn't.
I think everyone has stolen that bit at this point, my guy.
We learned it from Froggy.
I'll kill you!
We're on to Fell Marrow again.
Yep.
Yeah, so Thurston, bring
Yes.
back Pepin.
Okay.
Pepin gets actions. Flashbang.
Oh.
Pepin. So basically, we're gonna idol and split some actions here.
Oh
So-
no.
Fel, you'll look at we'll look at Amiri there and go, I do not mean to try to converse you with honeyed words. What I can do though is do it via action. You see, my assistant here, Pepin is his name, and he will pat Pepin, this hulking mass of just of strength and bone, and he will go, "Will not join me out of an arm wrestling contest." It's okay, Pepin. Your arm won't snap this time. He's a great talker. I believe you two have a lot to discuss during the contest. What do you say, Amiri?
Yeah, all right. He's big. Sure. All right, give me an athletics check to influence Amir.
Sorry. So Pepin will, and this will be on Pepin stuff now, because Fel will turn to Lindsay during this entire exchange, because he's just letting Pepin go at it. So here's Pepin's athletics. He's got a +7. So whoop, he got a 15 on the die for a total of 22. Pepin puts up an arm, just you know, just
And
ready
just
to go.
smashes her down. Just like she like she stares into Pepin, like looks in the closed visor, like, wow, you must be something under there.
Why are all the women interested in the helmeted guy?
I wonder.
Can relate.
Serious.
I'm also into the helmeted guys.
Same.
Yeah.
Fell will turn to Lindsay, and I would like to, for Fell stuff, he would like to try to basically figure out like what is Lindsay into, or
Lindsay like turns, hand is still like protectively on her lute.
like it is excellent to meet you. I am Fell, and he will reach out a hand.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. Wow, you have a servant soldier with you? Oh wow, you must be really important. Are you a hero?
He's like, Fell kind of stops for a minute and gets Vietnam flashbacks of the wars he's led and all this other stuff, and he goes, "No, just a person doing his job. It's a pleasure to meet you."
All the heroes say things like that. You must be a hero.
It's like, I apologize for my friend over there. She likes music.
Ominous Lalaoopsie behind.
Don't you want to play?
That's
No.
that's okay.
I do apologize.
What skill are you using to? Are you looking to influence or discover on?
I would basically like to. It's like I'll try influencing by basically like I want to share knowledge, basically.
Okay.
I actually forgot. I want to use my undead lore, basically, just to be.
Ooh, yeah.
I want to use my undead lore that I have to kind of pique her, because she seems somebody who's very academic and is very curious about people, and he will.
Yeah.
And she's shaking his hands like, I am Fell Marrow. I'm from Aboria, or for the lands of it at least. Do you know much of the land?
Oh,
Not
yeah,
many
Baria.
people- Not many people are from there. Well, usually those who visit don't come out quite right.
Yeah, that'd be because of all the plagues.
I'll roll my. It's like. Yes, I would have to deal with many of the undead. There's still issues there, unfortunately. Are you curious about them? I could tell you some developments of what's been happening.
Oh yeah, I love hearing things. You know, undead are always kind of a bit of a scary thing to me. I haven't seen them myself, but you know, they actually do unsettle me quite a bit. So I'm not sure what I think about them. In fact, maybe if you talk about undead, I'm gonna get a bit unsettled, and I'm not sure if I like that. So maybe we shouldn't talk about undead. Undead just seem, you know, like.
What would you like to talk about? I'm fucking floundering here, man.
Critical success with your little manservant. Next, and she's like, Lindsay is totally just like unnerved by by all of that, and then like awkwardly kind of turns back and then like stares into the lifeless eyes of the Lalaoopsie.
Oh my God.
Your
this
flight
poor
by
halfling.
nightmares.
She is surrounded.
Yes.
We get society, like we get like a reputation check on her just because she misses getting to talk at Vinky. Like it was far better when Vinky was quiet and listening.
Yeah.
All right.
Lala's turn now.
Lala's up.
It's Lala's turn.
You finished eating. Why won't you play?
Oh well, what skill would you like? Would you like to continue your attempts at intimidation?
No, this is going to change because it's going to become a little more frantic and pathetic. So it'll probably be more diplomacy.
Okay. Yeah.
Lala's leaves all ruffle and her little arms do a wiggle.
After the eating, that's when they play. And that's when we get to dance around. Aren't the vibes horrendous at this party? There's no pit. There's no pit. Where do the druids mosh?
God help us roll a diplomacy.
Was lava made at Woodstock? Like,
Okay, but Paiso, hear me out.
Oh, no.
New children's book, Where the Druids Mosh.
Where the druids mosh.
Where the wild druids mosh.
Yeah. Where the druids mosh.
When do I get the metal druid archetype?
Soon.
Lala
Okay,
might have been made at Woodstock, but her master died at Burning Man.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus. Lindsay's still kind of like,
Are you self-conscious? Are you shy?
I just don't think it's time for me to play my lute.
I would like to
Lala,
aid, if that's okay.
Lala would like to appraise if other people are still eating.
Oh yeah, like we're only on like the second course.
She
now,
makes a
so-
fist.
Holy shit! Okay.
Sees other people still eating, makes a tiny shaking fist.
just a Lalaoopsie just staring at this little like tiny root fist, like, God damn it!
All right, let's move things along, Buchtvana.
So, Thurston,
Yes.
who this girl, who she be?
She be Valerie.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
No shit, I heard that name.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more like Thurston. I
Yeah,
am the gossip queen, as has been
Yes.
established. Bushti
Yes.
is, by all means, the type of woman that you want to talk to, but you shouldn't, because she will figure out everything about you and then probably will talk about you to someone else.
Well, how about you give me a diplomacy check?
Yeah, how about I give you a diplomacy check? Now, the most important part here, Thurston, is that I am a Brevik outcast. Is this a noble?
As far as you can tell, no.
Cool. Then I do not take a -1 penalty due to being an absolute peasant. So that's an actual thing. Yes, and everyone at home, I chose to gets -1 penalty to all social interactions with noble people in the noble people political campaign.
It'll be fine.
It will be fine. I will roll my funny diplomacy check.
It'll be good.
This woman, as Bushti, before sitting down, she asks, "May I have a seat?"
Oh, yes, of course, please.
I wish to use my hero point to reroll that. That was an 11.
You may use your hero point to reroll that.
Oh, damn, there's a 13 for a total of 20. Buchtvana puts down her tankard onto the table. And Buchtvana has a small little trinket attached to its handle, which is a small stone like symbol of it. From one angle it looks like a woman, but then when you turn it, where one of the heads of the woman would end, another one begins. So it's almost like a three-headed deity symbol of some kind. To anyone who would know about nearby like close religions or like smaller religions, this is Magd, the three-headed goddess of fate. To anyone who doesn't know about that, such a niche deity, people would probably recognize this as like a trinket of people who are superstitious and very fate-bound. But she just plops it down. But she tactically has it angled so that Valerie can notice this. And then she does the local hand greeting instead of just, typical handshake. She reaches out her hand for the local handshake.
Which is like tapping the table twice, reaching behind your head, scratching, then scratching.
And then you do one round of rock, paper, scissors.
Exactly.
Exactly. And she introduces herself as, "My name is Buchtvana. I am from around here, and I could not help to notice that a person that much resembles a knight was giving me a look or two, and I had to oblige in this. This was much too interesting. If you do not mind me approaching you on this,
Yes, of course. Come, please sit. It's always good to meet other people, and you show great respect. And I see your association with Magd. Please, I'd love to chat and talk to another person who seems to have a good head on her shoulder.
Oh, thank you.
That's a critical success for all those of you in the audience, right there.
Nice.
That's how we do when you play the setup. So you two just start striking up a conversation.
Yeah. I tell her the local stuff, unless she is the local.
Well, you get a sense she's like from the region, but not specifically local.
Okay,
So,
then I tell her all the things that she should look out for, like certain food that she should eat, certain food that she shouldn't.
Yeah, and that like you just have this good back and forth conversation the whole time. You've really made some headway to getting to know her. She sort of talks about her knightly training, and she's a bit reserved about some of the background, but she goes on to explain that like. No, I am a knight, not a divine knight, just a knight who seeks to help the common people. And this kind of carries on for a while, but then we come back to Lil Vinky.
Little Vinky. Vinky would not be a hypocrite. Vinky understands at this point that they've not made headway with this individual, and who would they be to interrupt another scholar trying to read? So Vinky will pivot with like a sigh to the gentleman to his right that they don't actually know yet, and say, sorry for the ruckus. I don't think I caught your name, but I did hear you chime in earlier.
Oh, yes. Hello, my name's Megar Varn.
Megar Varn. That's an interesting name.
Yes, I'm a third ranked noble in my family, third son, all that sort of thing. But I come from the notable Varn family.
That's very interesting. Is that a local one? Would I know anything about that, Thurston? Can I use a society roll for discovery on this person as I extend a hand to shake and say, Vinky Little Spark?
Yeah, you can
Lego Spark?
Yeah, Vinky Lego Spark could give me a society check.
What I know about this person's fam.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna re-roll it.
What did you roll?
2 on my dice. I'm working on it.
Sorry.
I got a 2 on my dice for the listeners for a total of 9 only. So here we go. We're gonna burn a hero point on that one for sure. It's only marginally better. We're gonna take a 13.
You're having some smart point. Like this person is almost like assumes you know who he is, so is not giving you much beyond the name, and the name's not triggering anything. But he goes on to basically like talk to you very, very courteously, like, you know, yes, I'm actually looking to head out and establish my own settlement. I've been thinking about calling it Varnhold. I think that'll be a great name for a settlement in these so-called stolen lands once I'm there. And like you get pulled into a conversation with him, but it's one of those conversations, Vinky, where you feel like you're not getting much out of it. It's more just like letting this man talk about like his idyllic dreams for when he becomes the Baron.
Vinky's a good follower in that regard. They will let this person just like pull them into talking about their dreams. They do what they were doing with Tartuccio a little bit, and they gas this person up with like little like in active listening tactics of just like they mentioned like Varnhold, and Vinky's like an important aspect to commerce is making sure that the place that you are set up flows off the tongue, and that is a catchy name. You know, like he just does stuff like that to keep this guy going.
Okay, so that is going to be the end of our second round. What I want to do now is we've kind of established things. I'd like to just sort of speed it up just a little bit here, just in terms of some of these like additional rounds that we have there. There's a couple more left, and just to sort of make headway. I mean, we could role play all night and all day, but I wanna move this along a little bit. So
Yeah,
I'm
set the
gonna go
tone.
back to Arasne. We've kind of set the tone here. Arasne, you've now realized that your elven friend Jaethel is now way more interested in the brooding, mysterious
She
person.
sure has.
Wow. So what are you gonna do, my friend? Are you gonna keep on with Jaethel? Are you gonna go find a new interest here?
She's gonna notice that Jaethel has immediately like put her interest on Geren, and she's just gonna very quietly leave
Okay.
as
okay,
like just and head to the south toward what looks like, is that a halfling?
Okay.
this-
That one
yeah.
is not one of the. That's not one of the folks. These are just like random.
No,
sort of people.
I got
Yeah.
excited. Okay,
No.
I got
Denied.
excited. No,
You could certainly go talk to a random person. but-
You could go talk to the nihilistic dwarf.
There's a part of me that wanted to be like, she moved within my threat distance. Reactive strike, grab Arasne's wrist.
No. Okay, but that's really funny, and I like it.
Like she goes to like Garen like doesn't move, he doesn't look around, he just reactive strike, just grabs Arasne's wrist, and he's like, "Don't leave me."
Thurston, would we be able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Arasne went to go get up. She's immediately pulled back down.
Jaethel's even more in. She's just like, loyal to your friends, and you're forceful. Okay.
She's gonna try and influence a little bit.
Okay,
And
you want to try diplomacy again?
Yeah,
Try to re-earn your.
She's gonna be like, yeah, Garen and I are currently traveling together with our friends. Ha ha ha.
Garen's just like,
Diplomacy, please, I'm begging you, please.
I'm assisting.
It was so close. It was so close to that 20, but then it dropped to that fucking 2.
No, I
For a
quit.
total of 8.
Wait, don't you have
And
a hero point?
I'm gonna cry.
Jaethel's just like, oh, that's lovely. Garen, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, like,
This
Okay.
is why I don't open my mouth.
I was gonna say, Min, don't you have a hero point?
No, I used it already.
But an hour has
I
passed.
can't-
Has
An hour
it?
Has passed.
Luli looks to Thurston.
It's true. We are in the second ish hour.
Getting on my hands
Ish.
and knees, I'm begging.
Someone's gonna look at the
You know-
timeline of this episode and be like, it hasn't been 2 hours since you've been playing.
But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Because I'm gonna let the reroll because it's gonna be a 1 and it's gonna be funny.
Oh, please.
I'm still assisting regardless.
That's a total of 11.
It ain't great, Chief. It was a 5 this time on the die.
It sure was.
The game of life, you do a little better every time. Yeah, you know, this is what happens. Arasne like tries to like, oh, we're traveling together. Like Jason's like, uh-huh. Then Arasne's like, you know what? I'm gonna go into my inner reserves. I'm gonna reach into that inner reserve of force of character that I have called a hero point, and I'm gonna go for it again. And it doesn't break through. This elf is
No wonder
spellbound.
she's so fucking lonely.
I'm
Fuck.
sorry you got done, Wald.
Garen the handsome. How would you like to proceed with your action?
I will kill you on your throne of lies.
Geren the Hewn jawline.
Yeah.
Who would have thought putting two goths together
I
was
throw
actually a
hatchet
bad
at Vinky
idea?
from across the room. No. So Garen
can he
will
talk
like
up?
still facing forward because that's all he can do with the helmet. As Arasne is like yeah, we're traveling together. Garen's just like, yeah, but the rest of our party, the rest of our companions,
Group.
and like it's like question mark companions, and how do I?
Are you still being brooding and intimidating with this?
Sure.
You want to give me another intimidation check?
Sure.
She's so into it.
Can I be brooding and intimidating, but directed toward Arasne? I don't fucking like. I don't.
Make the check, but give Arasne the success.
Yeah.
Don't you literally have tall tale?
Yeah.
Yes, but also he's in disguise, quote unquote.
Yep. We put a hat on him.
It's totally working.
Yeah, it is. Give me that intimidation check, buddy. She is so into this.
God damn it! I'm not even mad.
I mean, it's good for us. It's good for us, right?
Tell me more. Tell me more. Scooch.
Arasne
She
kind of crumples it on
slinks
herself.
away from Arasne.
As Arasne crumples in on herself, she can feel the non-existent eyes of Geren boring into her as he's just like, "Help me!"
She's just like quietly, just like, "Bitch, I already tried. What do you want from me?"
Fell Marrow.
It's the funniest love triangle ever.
Pepin is continuing the pretty much be like, or Fell Marrow will go, well, you did lose the arm wrestling contest.
No, I can go again. Come on.
All right, Pepin,
give me an athletics check.
just be gentle this time, Pepin.
Oh, it's also 19 on the
that's a
dice.
16 for Pepin.
She's still not good enough to beat Pepin in athletics. So this is not a critical success like last time, but it's a success. She's like, okay, third time I can do this. But you're getting Amiri the Barbarian like kind of worked up in that like, okay, I can do this. I just need to get in my zone and I can beat this man. Fell Marrow?
Yes.
Your go. Lindsay is sort of like, okay,
I'm sorry. I did not mean to disturb you. They're simply trying to make conversation. So why are you here, Lindsay? Are you a noble also seeking fortune?
Oh no, I'm just a bard. I'm here to chronicle this new heroic establishment of a new nation. It's so interesting, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write the book about the hero who founds this new kingdom.
It sounds like a noble goal, Lindsay. I would like to invite you to go with our tales, but it's all whoever's game of whoever wins this. And he looks around the entire room and just sees all these adventurers and characters all vying for the same thing. And he's like,
Bartuccio meets eyes.
contest excluding that guy. See, I have brought my companions here in hopes of achieving such a goal. And Pepin. You see,
Pippin, not people.
it's like Pepin, his friend.
Fair enough.
Can't believe Pepin is friend shaped.
He of course, he always is friend shaped. Pepin's everyone's friend. You see Lala there, and he'll motion to Lala. Found her along the road. Her master is missing. We do not know where. But of course, our also smaller companion, and he motions to Vinky, a wise wizard, very knowledgeable of the arcane arts, and very interesting liquids that he makes. Of course, those two will help me in my conquest, along with Hewn over there, or Geren. There's like both saying
Hewn, just
over there.
Hewn.
Yeah, just Hewn. And he motions to Geren behind him, like
The fluttering eye, pale-skinned elf.
protector of a forest. He is. We recruited him, knowing that we can try to unite this land for the better than what Bravoy can. And of course, Arasne, in motions to her, like with her magical arts and knowledge of nature itself, will help us in our quest. And Buchtvana. and motions to Buchtvana, talking to the knight. Knowledgeable of the people, and also the various natures of the land. If you are to look for anyone, I encourage you to pay attention to us, but definitely whoever wins will come out on top. I would like to invite you to at least chronicle us.
Okay. Do you want to give me a diplomacy check?
Sure can.
Yeah, I believe in you.
It's a +6 to my thing. That's a 3. It's been an hour, Thurston.
Oh my god!
It's been an hour. You know, you can let me hero point that, right?
I mean, you did go the whole mile.
Yeah. And I did a whole thing introducing why we came together. You know, I'm fishing for it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad Pepin got you a victory. Lalaoopsie, you're up.
Wow. Hostile game master.
Lindsay like turns back towards the Lalaoopsie.
Wow.
She pats at her side to get her attention as she turns around.
If you are going to chronicle our stories, you would make a really good first impression with all parties if you started the energy.
You're not fucking giving up on this.
Please.
The Lalaoopsie has an objective that will see it through.
Give me a diplomacy check,
She
please. Please.
She's also
Please.
like, as she's begging, she's gonna start looking hopelessly around the room for like.
Natural 1.
Suck it, dude.
Perfect. It's perfect.
For the listeners, Lindsay just got up and left the table.
Yeah, the token just
I'm
moved
coming
away.
for your juggler next. I see that juggler on the map. I'm coming for them next. I'm coming
No,
for them
I
next.
got told
we've
that's a random
That's
person.
not a person. We've established
And
that.
this, I said, if you're real dead set, I will make up a juggling halfling NPC.
They're juggling over there. You don't understand my plan. I know it's the random person. They're my next target. Prepare.
Buchtvana, you're up.
So please tell me, Valerie, you are a knight. So I assume that you have a goal and an oath sworn to you. Why is it that you are here? Why are you aiming towards partaking in this?
Well, I believe I can make a difference and help the people who are suffering in the stolen lands.
She looks down with and her eyes open. This time, they are very much the gentle eyes of a knowing mother, a older feminine figure, and she looks over at Valerie in her suit of armor and everything. Valerie has a shield, right?
Yep.
She smiles and points over at Valerie's shield. I once knew a man who told me some silly things, maybe 16 years ago, that a knight's greatest tool is not his sword or his title or the suit of armor that he carries, but the shield. Because the shield is the thing that protects others, that lets others feel safe where they otherwise couldn't.
That's right. I'm quite skilled with this shield. It has availed me in many, many circumstances to help those less fortunate, which is where I devote my time. Abushi, do you want to give me another diplomacy check?
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll the funny diplomacy. Let's go, baby.
Oh yeah, you're continuing on like oh my god, you're doing great with Valerie. Like, you know, you just kind of came up to this person, you've sparked up such an accord. Like Valerie goes on to just express the, you know, very similar sentiments that like originally was very much brought up as a different style of fighter, but now is believes in the sort of large plated and shielded approach to things rather than like more of a mobile dance around type. And she kind of expresses this to you throughout a ongoing conversation, which is now sort of eaten up almost the first hour. Let's go to Vinky real quick. Again, we'll pick things up a little bit here, but Vinky, you've been sort of discussing with people, trying to discover things, but not quite able to. What are you doing now?
Yep, I'm picking it up. I'm gonna continue having my conversation with Megar Varn. I'm gonna use society to make an impression, to just show that I can keep up in this conversation about like local names and places.
Oh yes, well yes, of course. So the Varn family is around for quite some time, and as a staple here in Restov and Southern Bravoy, it's important for us to make new inroads. And give me a society check. We'll see how you do.
Got it. Oh, 16.
Yeah. You're able to keep up, which is good. But this person is like, I don't want to say like they're clearly above you, but if this was like a game that was based on levels, this person is clearly above you. And like is very like firmly entrenched in the nobility and is like talking a bit around you, but not like in a condescending kind of way, but like talks to everyone like their peers. You think you've made some inroads with him, but like this is a person who is, you know, got connections and is made it places. So yeah, that's where my goals are. I think with the Varnhold, when I get back to my house, I'll start sketching up some you know, land plots and agricultural ideas. You know, if you start a kingdom, the thing you always want to focus on first is the farms.
Are you at all worried about what kind of challenge awaits us tomorrow?
Not at all. A couple brigands, nothing more. A few monsters in the woods. We'll have it all sorted. What, with competent people like us at the helm, Vinky, nothing can go wrong.
I look forward to it.
You made some inroads. All right, let's go again. Let's like super speed up this round. Arasne, what are you doing?
She looks miserable.
Yeah, fair.
She just looks sad.
Is she gonna like continue in vain trying to
That's my
impress
action. Be
Jethro?
miserable.
No,
Yeah.
she's been trying to escape this entire time, but Garen keeps like grabbing her and pulling her down.
Yes.
So she's just like, yeah, yep, Garen's great. Yep.
Can you give me a diplomacy check?
Sure.
I'm assisting to.
It's a 2. Are you fucking serious?
Dude,
For a
what's
total
wrong
of
with
8.
you? Like, stop. What's with your dice? Are these weighted?
This.
Did you weight your dice wrong?
Yeah, my digital dice. Yeah, okay.
Hey Garen.
Yeah.
You want to brood some more for me?
No, I'm doing a diplomacy check to talk about how much more brutal and dark and brooding Arasne is.
She
Yep,
brutally
okay.
broods more brood than I brood.
Please give me a diplomacy check.
I'm gonna cry.
I like that our 2 goths are failing at being good. Never mind.
No, it's not the fact that she's failing at gothing. It's the fact that there are 2 goths with different versions of what they like, are just they're not compatible.
I'm pointing out how broody and dark Arasne is at the moment with the power of diplomacy.
For podcast people, that's a 21. They rolled.
Yeah, it's with a total of a 21.
Wow, that's very interesting. You really do stand up for your friends, don't you? Even when all hope seems lost for them.
Wow.
The urn croaks.
You continue to influence the hell out of Jathel. And like, even though there's now some respect from Jaethel to Arasne, your noble efforts here have only really sparked in like Jaethel's desperate loneliness. She desperately wants to have a friend who would do this for her. So Geren, you continue to just be this idyllic figure in Jaethel's life.
Yeah.
Fell Marrow!
Fell saying that he failed to socialize. Well, now go socialize with the only other thing he can socialize with, and he'll look at Pep and go like, "Yeah, just keep whipping her ass, whatever." He knows he's won already.
So Miri's just like, yo, come on, again.
He just
give me an athletics check from Pepin.
Maybe this might be the one for Pepin. That's an 11, but I do have a hero point at this point now, right? For Pepin? Yes, no. You didn't answer last time, and you gave the other ones a hero point.
It's technically one person every hour, you greedy fucks.
No.
Look, Pepin's the only one getting work done. Sure, I'll give Pepin a fucking hero point.
Yeah, everyone loves Pepin.
Pepin and Geren.
17 for Pepin.
And Buchtvana, you're all actually doing pretty well.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, Pepin.
Fireball yourself.
Pepin continues to put Amiri into the grave. Fell, you walk away. Where are you going?
I'm going to talk to the nihilistic dwarf, which I assume the adventurers sitting here have parted away. You know,
Yeah.
There's no one to talk to. And Fell, just like, he has a drink that he just grabbed from somewhere, sits down, and he's like, "Man, life really sucks, huh?"
Life won't last for much longer.
Yeah, man, I feel you.
Will be ended. All will be dust.
Man, my world already feels ended, man.
It can only get worse.
Yeah.
That's the thing. These children and their optimism.
Yeah, look at all those happy people. Just, he'll like wipe his face a little bit, and he'll like, like sneak a little bit that that he's like made of bone, or a little bit, and just kind of in the covering will go back. He's like, "Oh man, I can't believe it. Man, I just wish everyone here would die, huh? Just get it over with."
They will in time. Perhaps a soon time. Perhaps a longer time.
What skill are you using here?
Pure nihilism.
Okay.
Roll for nihilism.
Yeah, roll for nihilism. What skill do you think?
Diplomacy. I feel will be the
Yeah, sure. Give me diplomacy.
natural one. Well, you know what? I really feel like you're really a Debbie Downer. I think I'm gonna go hang out with my cool friends. He's just gonna leave and go hang out with Pepin again. And he's gonna get his spirits. Like, thanks, man. You really showed how shit life actually is. And I don't feel like feeling like that anymore. Bye. And he goes right away. He goes like, "Kick her ass, Pepin." He's like rooting him on. He's like,
Right,
taking all bets. Pepin's gonna get the next one. And he's collecting coins.
The Lalaoopsie. Oh,
Here we go.
I believe in you, Froggy.
You need to
you're
unmute yourself.
God, you're muted.
Damn it! Sorry, my bird was screaming, so I shut up.
Did the bird in your head?
yeah.
Yeah, the bird in my mouth.
A bird just flies out.
Flies out of her fly trap.
Yeah. For people who don't know, Froggy has a bird named Kiwi, and our joke is that the bird's inside Lala's head, and she ate
don't
the
worry about
bird,
it.
but the bird's not left yet.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I think actually,
Mm-hmm.
Lala's gonna give up on the music for a bit. Okay, those two over there, they're doing something physical. It's kind of like dancing, but doesn't
What?
have the right energy. She's gonna get up. She's gonna pitter patter her way over here. And she's gonna walk up behind the guy that Vinky's talking to.
Are you
kind of boots
socially
is-
flanking this person?
Yeah, what kind of boots is he wearing?
What?
What kind of boots is he wearing?
Here, those kind of boots, like brown grayish leather boots.
Lala touches his boots.
Pee and feet, huh, Froggy?
Hey, you little weirdo.
She starts palming his boots.
That's our little salad monster.
Mayor Varn turns away from the conversation with Vinky slowly. Hello?
What do these do?
My boots?
You're done eating.
Yes?
You son of a
Why
bear.
don't you close that book and let out all the energy that you've had eating our food?
What?
We could.
Yeah, dude. My arms are crossed looking at your little duder and bouncing like, yeah, man. Let's see how this one goes.
Froggy, at the beginning of this round, I have given up on the dancing thing. Froggy, currently during the round, how about we dance?
I gave up on music. I gave up on the music thing. Okay, I gave up on the. Did I say dancing? I meant music. It was a Freudian slip because I was actually planning for dancing. She's gonna start like snapping her little twig fingers together and swaying left and right.
Are you looking to make a performance check for this?
Can I do that? Can I do?
Yeah, you absolutely
performance?
can. Yeah.
Hey, could you roll the stick bug?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is. She's stick fucking at him.
Oh,
No,
yes.
Can I use my hero point?
Why
You
are there
can.
so many twos? What is happening?
All my rolls have been so bad.
That was a 6 total.
Okay, now it's a 15 total.
Is everything all right with your familiar? Looks at Vinky.
My turn yet? No, not yet. We'll get back to that conversation after
yeah.
Push D.
But
To
wait,
Buchty!
the important question is, does he at least enjoy the fact that Lala is like boogieing down in front of him? Is he entertained?
He's more like confused.
Okay,
Like
cool.
he thinks that the little eccentric wizard man's familiar has gotten a little bit rambunctious.
But that's good. If he's confused, Lala has successfully stick bugged him.
That's
Oh my god. Okay. So, anyways, Bushti, you're talking up a storm with Valerie. You've made really good inroads here. And then this little like halfling like sits down. Oh hi.
Yo.
Where would you like to direct your influencing for this round, Bushti?
She will, if anything, see that this little halfling woman that she has been seated by previously and spent a few minutes, maybe a half an hour, maybe an hour talking to, and then Valerie meet up, and she realizes that as a true mom, she has found two girls that should play together.
Oh my god.
And she's like, this is perfect, and she's nodding, and she smiles and goes, well, this must be fate. Excuse me. She leans a little bit backwards to look at her halfling companion that is seated next to her. Do you know of Lady Valerie? And she introduces the two of them.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. So you can spend your time doing that. Which one? Like you can do this and it'll work. But
Yeah.
which one are you kind of focusing which one are you trying to impress?
Sell
Valerie?
Lady Valerie to the actual bard by
Okay.
the table.
Yeah. I like that we've already acknowledged that none of our party members are the hero, and the bard who's doing a chronicle should definitely be looking after the NPCs. This is on brand. This makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Heck yeah, dude. I rolled a
Good
15
lord,
for a
you-
total of 22.
Yeah. At this point, you can tell Valerie is just so enthused. Like you've really been helping Valerie out. This is probably the best thing. Lindsay is excited, like scribbling notes. Wow, Valerie, you seem like the hero that the Stolen Lands needs, and just
Well-
is like, So
when Bushti
excited.
talks about Valerie, she adds in a little bit of Magd symbolism in this because she is a rather superstitious older woman. So she adds a lot of things like fate and that people and companions find each other in weirder circumstances.
Beautiful. All right, that is very good. Yeah, you can tell you're making good progress. All right, Vinky.
Vinky uses Lala's strangeness, for lack of a better word, to continue doing societal things, but they happily pivot the conversation to about Lala. They say, this is my companion, the Lalaoopsie, actually. Not initially created by me at all, but a druid that we were traveling with, the Leaf Order. If you know anything about the Leaf Order that would be nearby, I've actually been trying to find more information on who their original creator might be. And they use talking about Lala instead of to Lala as a road to continue leeway with this person. Kind of joining them in making a spectacle of their party member, but like in a don't worry, they're harmless kind of fashion.
Yeah.
The hope.
What skill check are you wanting to use here?
I would love to continue using society to focus on that. Do you know any, like asking this person to flex their knowledge of the land?
Do it up.
Vinky's gassing them up.
Yeah.
Oh, my rolls are not good today.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, 12. Again, you're not like making Maker Varn unimpressed or anything like that. It's
This
more
is level
just,
1 numbers. That's what it is.
Yeah, and he's not a level 1. So he's just like, okay, well, that's an interesting way of looking at things, Vinky. I can't wait to see how you'll do in the wild.
Neither.
And at the end of that, Vinky, first of all, a couple of things happen. One, there is a bell that signifies the end of it.
Oh, thank God.
There is a sudden...
Damn it, I was so close. I could have wingman more.
No, this woman is tragically straight. You tried.
There is a ominous peal of thunder.
We still have time.
And then Lady Jamandi stands up, sort of waves her hand, getting everyone's attention. My friends, I hope you've enjoyed the food and the drink this evening. There's cheers, tapping of mugs and goblets. Amiri kind of like, let's go again, Peppy. But everything sort of calms down. Smiling broadly, Jamandi continues. You honor me, truly, but this night is for you. As heroes, you've responded to my call, and I can't wait to hear tales of your exploits in the months and weeks to come. Tomorrow, I shall speak to you all about your individual charters. It will be a busy day, so I suggest we make an early evening of it, especially with the weather out there. I know some of you are heading home to Restov or other locations tonight, but for those of you who don't have other lodgings, I've arranged bed chambers for all of you. My guards will escort you to them now in the eastern wing. I hope you find them restful. We shall speak further tomorrow when we meet back here at sunrise.
Oh, thank God.
No.
Razzie will just down the rest of her drink.
No
Whatever.
dancing at a party?
Wasn't that kind of
Both fists on the table, and he's like, finally.
Worst party ever.
wasn't that kind of party, Lala?
I thought.
You did think.
But during the solstice and after harvest and.
Yeah, those are different kinds of parties, Lala.
But.
She wilts.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Fell will make his way to the eastern entrance. He'll allow some of the guards to escort him and Pepin. And he kind of like motions to his crew, going like, "Come along, everyone!" You know, like as
think you
kind
will
of
catch up.
corralling everyone, making sure everyone's with him.
Yeah, so give me one sec here. I want to...
Oh, Razni's sulking the entire time.
And Fell will kind of finger gun to Amiri, like, "Hey, Amiri,
Yeah.
good game." And he leaves.
Damn. All right, so I'm going to do this.
Ah!
Oop. So you are led from the Great Hall, out through several doors. So I'm just gonna like let you kind of shimmy your tokens here. You can follow our good friend Fell Marrow. You were led through a kitchen room, into a hallway, and then into a like scenic room with a water feature that's entirely enclosed inside.
Ooh,
And then you're led to hall, like a large hallway with fine, white marble, and then you are brought to your room, which includes 2 beds and 2 bunk beds.
Dibs on top, Pippin. He hops on top. He's like, Pippin, guard the door. As he can Pippin like guard the door, but as everybody else tries to get to the door, like Pippin like kind of sunglasses doorman guys everyone, and then Pippin comes out and he's like, "Everybody, buy the list." He does it to Arasne first.
She's just gonna like grab a bunk, but she's gonna be at the lower bunk, and she's gonna take the blanket and just kind of like drape it over the top, so she has like a little fort for herself.
Oh wait, the scenario is that Pippin's like in front of the door and he's blocking you, and he's like, "You on the list?"
Oh, I missed that. I kind of didn't hear part of that.
I can't believe that fucking Fell Marrow ran into the bedroom, the first thing he did, then boards it up, puts on a sign, "No girls allowed."
No, my fort!
As this is going on, there is a group that approaches kind of past you. They're going to the east, which you can tell has like an exterior door. There are several armored figures, like they all are wearing impressive plate, and they have a fairly notable leader, kind of an adventure-y type, who gives you a wave as you as this group passes you by. Good evening, friends.
Good evening.
Hello.
He's not on the list, Pippin. Yeah.
Any of you have any like nobility or society, Laura? You can give me a check on that.
Yeah, baby, esoteric
I
covers
do.
everything. What is the symbology on this guy?
I got society. I rolled a 12.
I rolled a 7 for a total of 14.
I can
I
tell
rolled-
bushes apart, not people.
I rolled a total of 22.
Okay, so Buchtvana, you have enough to recognize that these are members of a group called the Iron Wraiths. They are one of the adventuring groups that has been summoned here. They are just an adventuring party, but they wear heavy armor. That's their big shtick. Now the other with your 22, Arasne, you know that their leader is a fellow by the name of Hannes Strelev.
Oh, that?
I
One more
am
time?
just about to post it into chat. Hannes Strelev. Boop.
His name is Hannes.
Hannes.
Hi.
Anna's.
Yep.
He's obviously not the like number 1 kid. Like you have Hannes, and then you have Tannis, who they thought of at first, and then Hannes came along, and they were like, I mean,
I'm into Hannes.
You'll kind of just like quirk an eyebrow and just look.
Yeah, what does Arasne get with that much higher roll?
That
She did.
she knows the leader's name. You
My
don't
mistake.
know the leader's name. You're like, oh, it's an adventuring group. They kind of have this shtick. Hannes is sort of like the noble boy who's with. All right, so each of you are going into your beds. Where are y'all sleeping?
As soon as we're let in.
Yeah, Pippin like pats her, like checks, like, oh wait, hold up the jar. He looks at the jar. Okay, that's good. You're good. You know, he
my
checks
God,
everybody
okay, okay,
to make sure
okay,
everyone's
okay.
good.
He looks in the jar and like a tongue just kind of comes out of there, just plap, right on the face.
My bit's done. Everyone goes in.
Fort.
Bushti will dance.
All right, so the two beds to the right, so in the eastern edge of the area, those are the bunk beds.
Oh, okay.
You can double up on those.
Female pokes out. Vinky, Geren, inside.
I'm letting everyone else settle before I bother. Thank you, though.
You said the ones on the
Right. Yeah,
Pippin.
these ones on the right.
Retrieve the small one. And Pepper will come in and pick you up by your scruff.
I'm fine, Peppa. Yeah. Where do you place Vinky?
And your own bed. Just
Okay.
I guess. Wait.
Oh.
Garen, it was Bushy getting one of the bunk beds, or
Why do I have some weird double Vinky token now?
I don't know.
you're thinking my aggressive. It's okay.
Yeah,
That's wonky.
it's
Vinky
wonky.
and Vonky.
Yeah.
He's a magical amalgam that stalks Vinky's peripheral view.
All
I
right.
guess
Fel will take
Garen
the top bunk.
Yes, Garen will take the bottom bunk, and that because that puts him closest to the door.
Here, I'll move this way. There you go. You should go there. So you go in that square.
Buchtvana tucks in Lala.
How big is this plant pot?
Huh?
How big is
It's
this plant pot?
Lala sized.
Can Lala get in it?
Yes.
So,
Hey, for
Bushy
sure.
reaches out for Lala to tuck her in, and Lala just starts scooping dirt out and then climbing in and then scooping dirt back in.
Yeah, then she realizes that of course this is what she would want, and then she helps Lala pat down the earth a little bit, and then she takes out her tankard and pours some water on her.
Yes! Oh, she
Does-
ruffles gratefully and then
does-
just drops face down.
Bushy also pick up the pot and put it next to the window.
Put it in bed.
the window right here.
She
I get that morning rays.
Yeah, she picks up Lala's little pot and puts it next to the window so that she can also just listen to the rain.
Have a little eat, listen to the rain, have a little dance.
Yeah. Oh, if
Okay,
if she's like a little plant that dances in her pot, Bushti dances a little bit with her.
Yo, finally!
Pepper
All right.
also does a gig. He's like, just sidesteps.
Bushti won't go to sleep before everyone else has gone to sleep except for Pepin.
Yeah. Okay. So which bed is Bushti gonna sleep in?
The big one. She's big.
There. All right. So you all go to sleep after a hard day of socializing.
Worst party ever.
I want you to know that Arasne is writing in her journal right now. She's writing in her diary, and when I'm actually writing the page for my Minerva's bullshit.
I can't wait to read it.
Oh my god. They didn't even respond to me.
It's just Tumblr posting. Just
Yeah.
There's still time to wingman the two goth girls.
Give up, Cab, give up.
Never give up.
Jathel is tragically straight. Don't do it.
No.
Pinky's quiet for the evening. They don't have anything more to say.
And
They hold their
then
hat over their head.
as you're all getting ready to sleep, there's a buzz sound from Vinky's pouch.
Oh no. Arasne's head immediately snaps up.
You see the little like blue illumination of Vinky's eye crack open, and then you hear a rustling from near them. Because again, you put them in this solo bed that isn't a bunk bed, but they're Vinky. So they have room for like all their stuff on the bed with them without touching it. And they will pull their tablet out in the low light of the room and give it a quiet read.
Does he have a cute pajama? Pajamas outfit?
No, fortunately.
Why'd you say that so defensively?
All right. Vinky, as you are reading this, you can see the message, the text appearing, chalk marks appearing on your slate. I hope my little man impressed a lot of nobles today. Did you find any cute girls or boys?
So progressive, Mom. Thanks. Is that the end of the message?
That's the end of the message.
Vinky will reply back. Hi, Mom. Lying down to go to bed now. I got to know a nobleman named Magar Varn and listen to their plans for what they would do with the lands to the southwest. I'll tell you more when I get it. And then Vinky will turn their tablet over and kind of just put it on their chest and hug it and fall asleep.
No.
Oh!
They're so cute.
Mummy's boy.
How old was Vinky again?
29.
Okay, hold on, wait. It's a little less cute.
You all go to bed.
We did the biggest honk.
And then you wake up to a from the hallway.
A yell?
A what?
Yep, a yell.
Discord does not like you doing that.
Yeah. Constant noises like, you know. So
Yeah,
that-
apparently I can't just shout, but yes, you hear like this chortled shout, and then it stops.
Horror.
Vinky falls out of
All
bed
of
and
you
instinctively casts
Can
shield
roll
on
me
himself.
perception check for initiative.
Oh, damn it.
Dang, never mind.
So to
I
help,
rolled a total of 20.
I rolled a total of 15.
I rolled a total of an 18.
I rolled a total of 16.
I rolled a total for 12, and Froggy,
Lala.
Lala didn't roll it right. You gotta do
Oh,
initiative.
god damn!
I
It was
got
for
it, I got
initiative! My
I
bad.
I rolled a total of 20.
Well, I got a 20 as well, it seems.
All right. Arasne, what are you doing?
Before or after we hear the scream,
You hear the scream, and that's what wakes you all up.
she snaps up and she immediately casts glass shield on herself.
Sure.
Give me the glass shield. Cast the glass shield. Ah.
Oh.
And then what? Just kind of get out of bed?
Yeah, she's gonna get out of bed.
Okay.
Start like,
Scramble out.
yeah, just like, hey, wake up, screaming, wake up.
Okay. By the way, none of you would be wearing armor. So.
Let me
Val
Well,
doesn't
if
wear
it-
it anyway.
If it doesn't have
Yeah.
the comfortable tag. If it has the comfortable
true.
tag, you could wear it.
It's true. It's very true. If you wear comfortable,
If you're a weirdo who sleeps in their armor.
it's true.
Yeah.
Lalaoopsie.
Lala is going to wriggle out of her pot and help Arasne rouse the others by doing a frantic little dance and slapping the brick floor with all her feet.
We're already awake, so we're all up. And you might want to put on your armor and stuff, so you don't go out and then it's like AC 13.
She fell asleep in it. It's just explorer's clothing.
Oh,
Nope,
okay.
it's got comfort.
Oh, sorry. I think you had the leather.
Pippin, crack the door and look.
Okay. Geren, you're up.
Garen rolls out of his bunk, like pulling, like grabbing hatchets from where he's hung them on the head of the bed, and he's wearing quilted armor, which does have comfort.
Damn. Damn.
Look at you out here having armor.
Yeah. And he basically posts up next to the door, like he's listening behind it, but
Sweet.
ready to, get somebody if they come busting in.
All right, Vinky, you're up.
Vinky will use one action to cast shield upon themselves.
Wah.
And they will use their second and third actions to cast telekinetic hand and interact action with it as a part of it to open the door. Just push it open in front of Pippin.
Yep.
That's their turn.
Nice. Buchtvana.
Buchtvana does the typical thing of grabbing the candle that is next to her bed, like a typical peasant. She will now engage in having her nightgown and and a little candle in one hand. And due to the fact that I'm a fucking thaumaturge, I can cheat and hold a small mundane object like that and similar things like scrolls and similar things at the same time that I'm holding my chalice. So I'm like double fisting that thing while also picking up the largest object that I have at hand, which is a barrel, my barrel. And then I walk here. That's my turn.
Okay. Fell Marrow.
Pippin, kill whatever is making that disturbance. I was having my beauty sleep.
And so, Fell Marrow, for his first action, not quite trusting the noise, will cast shield on himself. Just to make sure. So, wham. And he'll give all the rest of his actions to his Eidolon Pippin, who I believe has dark vision. And I believe at the position he has at the door, does he see what he is currently seeing over there in that corner? Because the door is now open.
So technically the only one who can see stuff now is Lalaoopsie now that the door is open. Pepin is still blocked from that position. So I think if you click on Pepin, it'll actually give you just Pepin's vision, or it should. But
I see where Pepin's getting. I get you.
Yeah.
I apologize. So we had to do
Lala
share
sees
vision
some figure
for the stuff. So I'll have Pepin take one action to step out.
Okay. So at this point, Pepin sees a couple things. There is a body, one of the guardsmen of Lady Jamandi's estate, who is dead on the floor, stabbed in the back, blood leaking out of their body. Above them are two figures. These figures have they each are humans. They have visible tattoos of black tears under their left eyes, and then they are wearing sort of black capes, and in one hand have a hand crossbow, and in the other have some wicked curved daggers. Pepin sees two of them.
Pepin following his instructions, just like I'm imagining the scene. There's two of them, right?
Yeah.
Come down this like hallway that goes into the hallway, or this little thing that goes into the hallway. I'm just imagining like is it dark in the room, or is it like a little bit lit up?
So there is some light here. So there's like illumination. There are some like candles to the west. There's these kind of cinnamon torches that are set up throughout here. So they give off a nice scent to everything in the manor.
Pepin's next two actions, he will he'll basically walk in. He sees a third one further down the hallway, and he does not care. He'll use his last remaining movement there for that second action to boom, pretty much get upright with the other ones.
Okay.
And he will look. Which one has the bloodiest dagger? Just as a description.
The one to the south.
He will hit that one.
Okay.
Because he thinks that's the one who caused the disturbance, and he will pretty much take it. He just whoom, a big mace will pretty much summon itself up, and he will whoosh, just bring it down on him. He rolls a 16 for a total of 23 to hit that guy.
Ooh, that's gonna hit.
He will now roll damage 1d8 plus 4. That is it. Oh, I rolled 1 on the thing. It's only 5 points of damage to him. Oh, I keep. Sorry, that's a habit of mine. So he does 5 points of damage to that guy. Just wham, and just crash up against the wall. And that is the end of my turn.
Okay. As that happens, this individual here seems to take umbrage with what's gone on and steps this way, not provoking, and then attempts to stab at Pepin with a dagger. Missing with a natural 1. As like Pepin, like it just pings off of the armor. He tries again, stabbing desperately now. Managing to just get a hit in on Pepin.
Pepin, watch out!
And doing 3 points of damage to Pepin as a blade like slinks in between the armor and you hear this,
Pepin's dealing with something outside.
Someone is
the
leaking
other
blood.
one takes a step and does a similar thing, trying to stab Pepin from behind. They've got him flanked now and are proceeding
Not off
to...
guarded.
I know.
Oh no.
But the various attacks miss, so there's that.
Let's go, Pepin.
Let's go, Pepin. Let's go.
It's gonna move up to there, and this one is also going to attack Pepin. Rushing up, you hear more daggers stabbing out. This one does hit Pepin, but does not get the off guard. So stabs Pepin for another 4 points. Pepin's taking some damage, and then this one steps in, kind of creating a bit of a choke zone around Pepin. Arasne, you start hearing this cling, 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 cling.
Oh God. Razzy's going to run out. So we're gonna move 10 feet, 10, 15, 20. We're gonna move over here. She's gonna step out there and then immediately see. Oh, is there a thing there?
Oh yeah,
the
there's a
noise.
guy there as you walk that way.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Oh,
I didn't
careful!
see him.
Careful if you open doors. By the way, that makes a sound effect.
I
Here,
know.
let me scoot. Let me scoot, because I think I messed up a thing. I heard
What'd
the
you mess up?
noise, and I was like, I heard a noise, and I thought that's what I messed up. I thought I stepped on something. I was like, oh.
No. You're good.
Okay, I'm moving back over here then.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't see that guy there. She's too focused on the dude that she saw when she was walking out, so she's completely blind to the big boy down to the south here. She's going to take out her sling. She's going to equip her swing and going to target him, the guy in front of her.
So you're gonna move, dry your sling, and attack.
Yes. However, it says I
Absolutely.
have no ammo, and I
And
definitely
one
have
sec.
ammo.
Yeah. One
Definitely
sec.
have that.
You should. Should just be able to load your ammo. Let's do. Oh, that's silly. One sec.
Okay.
Geren, everyone, they're right outside. Also heard a lot of clanking noises. Maybe they're machine dogs or something.
I'm a fool. I immediately wanted to go attack him. I'm not going to do that.
There you go. You can. I've got them set up.
Thank you. I will remember that next time. I'm gonna cast Glass Shield on myself because I forgot
Fair
about my
enough.
shield. I forgot about my shield.
Okay. Put you cast glass shield once again, setting yourself up
Yep.
with some defensive tech. Cool. All right.
I am not used to doing a sorcerer, so sorry.
We'll get there. All right, Lalaoopsie, you're up.
You muted,
You
right?
did.
Lala's going to draw her longbow and lock in some arrows. So those are 2 turns. And then she's going to move over here. Look left. Look right. Oh!
It's just one
And
turn.
then shoot. It's just one turn because arrows are part of an action to shoot. So
Oh, incredible. So I still have 1 left.
yeah, so you
Okay.
can shoot him if you want.
I do. I'm not done moving. Shit,
Oh,
where
okay.
was I? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She's gonna squeeze in past Arasne and then, like, lift her skirt and aim between her legs and fire at this guy.
Yeah, he'll get cover. So
Yep.
just so you know.
That's fine.
'Kay.
No, that's not it. That's a description of a longbow. There we
That's
go.
drawing the longbow, which you
Yeah.
did. And the shot. Oh, alack and alas, it misses. Arasne, here's the little like movement of the Lalaoopsie, but the arrow goes off and tinks off the wall. Oops,
She can probably
Geren.
hear it like going past her too.
Oh yeah.
She's like, what the fuck?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, you saw her come out.
So as Pippin runs out, and then suddenly we just hear the sound of a spoon in a blender.
Yes.
And then Arasne and Lala run out. Geren will dash out, and as he steps out the door, he pivots on one foot, turns to look where Pippin went, sees the guy here, runs up behind him, and like he's taking the helmet off, like he's full on headless at this point, and just sees that they are, sees the dead guy behind Pippin, like knife wounds on him, sees the knives on these guys, that they're bloody, and Pippin is just getting accosted from all sides. He will grab this guy right here, flank him, and then lash out with a hatchet. I do have a question while I roll this. Or intimidation, does that have to be for a singular individual?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, actually, what I will first do is I will roll to demoralize.
Okay.
Yeah.
So move, demoralize.
Yes. Move, demoralize.
Ominous Jason standing behind.
And
Cha.
yeah, the guy's focused on Pippin. All of a sudden, like, just headless man looms behind.
To help you out, just target that guy. I gave you the demoralize action. Just click the action thing there, and then you'll click some stuff in chat. It'll do all the math for you.
Okay, there we go. Demoralize. There we go.
Yeah, I did
That's
it
what I
on
was
there
looking
for you.
for.
Yeah, you had to add it in. Yeah, just click that intimidation thing in the chat there, and it'll do all the stuff for you. You have the guy targeted. Because Foundry's pretty cool, because it helps us out with all that math.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
have a total of a 19.
That guy's frightened one. He's scared.
All right. And as that happens, I will use my third action, because I used one action to move, one action to demoralize. I will now attack with a hatchet.
Hatchet attack. Lit.
Nice.
With a 2, as you flank with Pippin and he's scared, you come up behind with the hatchet and bring it down.
And now I'm rolling for damage since I got that 16.
Yeah.
And that is a total of 6 damage with that hatchet.
That royally messes this guy. He's looking terrible. Like, looks back and is like, "Whoa, ghost things." Vinky, you're up.
That's the end of my turn. Yep.
Vicky's turn will be to use one action to move 15 feet
Yeah.
into the hallway.
Binky,
Do I
be
have line
careful
of-
out there. You got it. Your mother will kill. Oh.
Yeah, he just yells, "I'm fine." Can I have like at least a little bit of line of sight on the existence of this person?
Yeah. You do.
Fantastic. I cast Elysian Whimsy as Vicky starts to do a funky little dance on the spot. Please give me a will save from that character.
Lala wiggles.
Failure. So
fail.
I'm rolling a d4.
Yeah.
The result is a 4. That target is overcome with a desire to give away its wealth. Its first action on its next turn must be to interact to pull out a non-magical item of value it is carrying, if it doesn't already have one in hand, and release it. That's my turn.
Okay.
So it loses an action next round to drop its most valuable thing.
Is it its most valuable or just releases the value?
Item of wealth.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I was like, the most valuable.
And it could just be like a coin too. Yes.
Yeah,
It has to be an item of precious value.
Yes.
Yes. It's not done out of fear. It's a compulsion that they should be charitable
Yeah.
in this moment.
That's it for you, Vinky.
Yep, that's it.
Bushti, you're up.
Hey Soren, how fucked up does Fell Marrow look like right now?
You see, Fell is grabbing onto himself a little bit, and he'll look to you, going like,
I need you
You
to
can't
leave
see
me.
Fell Marrow from where you are.
"No,
Yes, I do.
He's in
I
there."
said- Yeah, and I
Yeah.
said that I have a candle in my hand.
Oh yeah, but Fell Marrow's like I'm just looking for like line of sight from where you are.
You're
No,
thinking
that's
of
Pippin.
Pippin.
It's Pippin.
Yeah, that's my
Oh,
idol.
sorry, Pippin. Oh wait, Fell, derp. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, thank you.
You
Yeah,
out here saying all undead look the same?
I play 2 characters.
that's right.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Fel will look at Buchtvana and he's kind of grabbing onto himself a little bit, going,
I feel Pippin's pain. Pippin is hurt, and so therefore I am. I need your power, Buchtvana.
She takes one step closer to him, and she will use the superpower that is splashing him with alcohol.
Heals undead. Heals me.
She will use the ability Drink from the Shallows, which lets Fel recover at least 3 HP. So this dude right here, yeah, he heals
Very
a little
pod.
bit, and then she will move out of this room.
as you move out, Fel will look to Buchtvana and go,
Thank you, Buchtvana. Your drinks are the only one I've been able to taste for years. Your
It is great.
blessing.
Let's
of
try
this
to
world.
keep you. Let's try to keep you in this world for a little bit longer. Hmm?
He nods and go, help Pippin and our friends. Keep them safe.
Let's see here. It is, and then space, and then you could move over here, and then that is 25 because it's the first diagonal. Yeah. So Bushti will run past all these people, and then notice there's a dude there, because when she runs out, she sees that the hallways is blocked up, and she doesn't want to stand, wide-legged above Vinky and try to get a hit in on someone.
Yeah.
So she goes like, I will run around. And then she notices there's a guy right there.
There is. Who's got like a hand crossbow raised
Yeah.
in his
so-
target-rich environment.
So she slams her big ass barrel. She just grabs it and hoists it up. And I wish to raise my shield because my barrel is actually a shield.
Okay.
So that's my last action. My last action is to raise a shield.
All right, Fell Marrow.
Fel will he will split his actions. Basically, Fel's going to take 2 and Pippin's going to take 2. Fel is going to step through and goes,
Excuse me, Vinky.
Absolutely.
Fel's got to go to work.
and he will step forward so he can get line of sight of his Eidolon Pippin. He's like, I don't know if I have to get sight for it, but I'm just going to do it just in case. He's going to cast Boost Eidolon, which gives him +2 status opposed to damage rolls and helps out with weapons die by 2. And he shall cast this upon Pippin. And so that'll be the 2 actions that he has. And now Pippin will look at the poor guy that got feared and target him. And he's basically just gonna go swing, bow, and try to hit him. He misses terribly, even though he's frightened and stuff. He missed by, like, oh gosh. And yeah, and he will try to strike again with MAP minus
Thurston.
5.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I don't think that applied the flanking off guard bonus, which would be a 2, which means that attack should hit.
Yeah, I just was checking that, and I think.
Let me do something real quick.
No, one sec.
Are you sure?
Go ahead.
Now it okay. One sec. No, now it applied it. So yeah, you're right. No, it definitely would have hit. Yeah.
Okay, well, if we're going to hit, then I'll go ahead and roll damage. So I pressed F there, the thing for it. That was a 7 on the D8, +6 for a total of 13. Just pretty much Pippin goes, just Looney Tunes this son of a bitch, and just wow, just straight into the ground, and just lifting up the hammer. He takes another swing. He's going to get the guy to his south that he hit originally. This will be the MAP minus 5 attack. Whoosh! That's 11. No, that's a 13 for a total of 15. I
That'll
think that
hit.
just hits. That's going to be 1d8 +6 with all the extra damage. 7 again on the die. 13 points of damage. Bam! Takes out the other guy. Just like a 4, like a backhanded swing with his big mace. It takes out the other guy. That is the end of their turn.
It's a pretty good turn. You killed 2 of them.
Got a double
Nice.
kill. Thanks to that, due to Geren flanking and doing demoralize, that really helped out. I got that initial hit in the other guy. So with all that helping out and flanking, getting people together, that really helped out there. So
Yeah.
good job, Cobb. Good job, Cabal.
Tag team the heck out of that guy.
The guy in the hall sees this orc with a tankard come out, this half orc with a tankard, like in desperation, fires the hand crossbow,
Heck yeah.
hitting you
Yeah, he sure does. I have.
for a point of damage.
Yeah, and that's 1 point of damage.
Would you
take
like to
it.
shield block?
No, that's 1 damage. I'm fine.
Then he will reload and fire again.
He sure will.
Hit you
That's
again.
also a hit. Yeah.
It's 4 damage.
I will shield block that. As Buchtvana gets grazed by 1 bolt, she uses shield block to raise her big old barrel, and it just chunks into the weird purplish, like purple-like wood of her barrel.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent block, Buchtvana.
Thank you. I'm not good at fighting.
This one on Pepin is very scared and stabs madly at Pepin.
He has to
Hits
use a turn
Pepin.
to drop a value.
That's right. He will drop a valuable. So he will drop.
Because he's feeling charitable.
Yeah, he'll drop a silver piece.
That's so nice.
Then he will stab Pepin and hit.
Imagine he tries to do like a cool ninja move against Pepin, like he like bing like a silver. He's gonna use all these badass bump. Pepin's like, and then gets stabbed.
Then he will step backwards. Arasne, you're up.
Want to get the level 6, you're gonna be so cute stepping backwards.
So Arasne
Right.
sees Buchtvana just zoom on by, and that brings her attention to the guy that is to her south. So she's gonna quickly scoot past Lalaoopsie because I can't actually see this man apparently.
Yeah, and like you now see in like the one to the south who's like kind of like fearfully firing. The second shot after the reload has now embedded itself into the tankard. This one's looking good. Oh, how's it going over there? You just hear back this. 2 of them are dead. It can't be stopped. It's a murdering machine.
Arasne is going to once more put up her glass shield because oh god, this man has a big ouchie that could hurt her, and she's got like the constitution of paper. She's gonna do that, and she's going to fire at him with her sling.
Do it.
Please. Roll with a total of 23,
whoa!
baby.
You're gonna hit. You're
That's a
gonna
great
hit,
hit.
baby. Yeah.
Rolling that damage. A total of
Damn.
6.
You like conk this guy in the head, and he's kind of like winded from it.
That's it. That's
Just
my
like
turn.
whoa. All right. Lalaoopsie. Muted.
You're muted.
Mother of frickin' hey! Can I go over here where my kin are?
Yes, you can go into the potted plants behind the wall.
Okay, phenomenal. She goes gorilla with it and dives into the bushes, peeking out from around a pot, and she... Just kidding, it's just one fire. Haha, sorry, the other character I play has a gun. She's going to reload her bow for her second action and then fire it.
Don't have to reload. You just fire them.
What?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yep,
Oh!
no reload.
Don't
Oh my
reload on
god!
those.
That's the
I'm
perk.
so sorry.
Just shoot. Just shoot.
Just shoot. You hit.
Hit me!
Roll John DiMaggio, please.
Arrow flies out from between the leaves, hits this guy.
He dies.
Oh!
Lola got a
does a
kill.
Lala does a
Lalaoopsie has
small
murdered
dance.
a human being.
She does a wiggle.
I think
What's
this
your
is your
third
first
action?
I think this is your
Yeah.
first kill. Like we've done
It
test
is.
sessions of these
Yeah.
for listeners and stuff. We've done test sessions and you've just been constantly low rolls and struggling. This is your
Speaking
first
of-
kill for this character.
I'm so proud of her. Speaking of struggling, it's almost 1 a.m. for me. So if I make silly mistakes or I'm like,
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm sleepy, sorry. Please excuse
You're fine. You're fine. All right, that was your second action. What's your third?
Well, she's had what taste of blood, so she's got to go for more. Okay, hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Repositioned. Wait.
Okay.
Are they all dead? No. She sees her next target. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
That one's dead, but yeah, it's fine. All right, Geren.
Yeah.
You've seen that Pepin has dealt with 2 of them. Pepin has dealt with 2 of them, and now the other one is backed off to up against the wall.
Oh, well, that's his poor decision. And Geren, I grabbed the wrong thing. As Geren will step out of the hallway, step over his friend, and basically step in front of this guy as he raises a hatchet.
What are you?
And he just brings it down for a first attack.
You gotta get your awesome one-liner.
Oh!
Oh!
And
What's the one
That's a
liner?
crit.
For a crit. We rolled
27
damage.
on the dice for the
Yeah.
listeners.
And minimum damage, but it's still 8 damage. And
It's enough to kill him.
Yeah. He just raises the hatchet like slasher style and just buries it in the middle of this guy's head.
Yeah, and it was minimum damage. It wasn't like the cleanest kill. Like, he's still alive for several seconds after this horrendous injury. It is just like chortling and like kind of falling down and just like.
Geren is holding on to the hatchet handle, puts a boot on his chest, and pulls his hatchet out.
Work, and then he dies.
And well, that's the end of my turn.
All right, and that is the end of this combat. You all have a brief moment to catch your breath, and realize that something is going on. And then as this sort of calms down, you start hearing shouts to the west, like sounds like crashing sounds. And then a moment later, there is a massive chunk as 3 portcullises come down and seal the doorways out of the building.
Vinky will walk over up to beside Geren and bend down and pick that silver piece up and say, "Thank you for your contribution."
And I think on that note,
Wait,
that's where we're gonna call
Fell will
it
come
for
up.
today.
Wait,
Oh, no.
wait, Fell will come up, so you pick up the coin, like the silver coin. He'll like pick out sunglasses out of nowhere and goes,
Yeah.
It doesn't pay to do crime.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Kingmaker.
Yeah.
If you really want to watch the rest of the series, you can go to patreon.com/narrative declaration. We're really
Yes.
excited to play this, and everyone, thank you all so very much. And we'll see you next episode for Pathfinder 2nd Edition's Kingmaker.
Dun, 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 dun.